Recording. What's up, everybody? We got Chris. And of course, we have.
Hey, it's me, Paul again. They don't hear now recording.
They do when I say it.
Okay.
So they just think it's some weird dude on the internet just thinking that he's cool. I'm imitating our friend who's recording for us, a very dear friend, an unpaid friend. So with that out of the way, Paul, what do we want to start with today? How do we kick this one off? Where do you want to go?
I think Absolum is what we played the most recently last night. So I guess it's
pretty recent in my memory. Yeah.
So,
and if I recall, last week we were doing direct comparison between Absolum and Hades. We gave them both ratings, and we decided that when we got a little further, a week later, we would potentially give updated ratings.
Yeah.
How do you?
So what do you think?
Feel?
Yeah. You tell me.
Absolum's that's a real tough one for me. You know, I feel like it has wasted mechanics, but to your credit, you have forced us to try every variation of build, including the least promising sounding ones, like throwable objects and like jump builds.
We did try basically everything, yes.
Summon didn't I believe summoning is the best build that we've come across so far.
Yeah. And you didn't believe in the summoning power of the skeleton
mighty
army,
skeleton. Every once in a while. Well, in all fairness, and this is, I think, some of the problems I have with the game, is that in that same family, you have the spectral armor, which does not hit nearly as well as 8,000 skeletons on a screen.
Listen, you need to have some good ones and you need to have some bad ones, you know?
I mean, we were getting like hardware lag. There was so much. Like
there were too many skeletons on screen at once. That's true.
I had like that the game offers online metrics, like paying all that, and all of that was consistent. When those skeletons jumped on that screen, I dropped a single frame. Like it was pretty good.
It's pretty rough.
Maybe teens, like 12 frames a second.
No.
But it was effective because we did beat the base game, I want to say.
Yeah, we didn't beat the final boss, but
isn't that the design of these games?
Right.
You're supposed to be able to continue, playing the game, but you're going to get certain check marks. And then there is like a time when the base game is done and they're like, hey, just, there's other stuff out there. There's big threats everywhere. Just keep on playing type of thing.
Do you feel like this game is a good roguelike? Or is it just like it's a good 2D brawler, but the roguelike is kind of weak?
The roguelike feels pretty weak. I don't. You think about games that
not enough stuff changes. Like you have those side missions that appear, but once you complete it, it doesn't really ever appear again. It's not like a repeatable content. It's just a one-time unlock for the most part. So then you do those, and that's about it. when nothing changes in the runs, you have different ways of going. You choose one of the 3 routes basically, but the end result is the same, and the journey doesn't really change either.
The journey all kind of feels the same. Yeah. And again, we really stress test this. I can't emphasize that enough. Most of the builds feel not very good. Like there are trees that are, I would argue the throwables are still not good. And you invested very heavily into a build that fortunately you had a co-op partner that had a broken build.
By accident, but yes.
If you were playing the game solo, that would be extremely difficult to keep up. And if we were playing seriously, like trying to complete things and succeed when we were playing, like if we really cared that much, you would struggle. Like you would be behind. I think even stat wise, when we looked at that run, you were closer than I thought, though.
I was closer than I should have been. Yeah. But let's be honest, like I'm playing the assassin pro build. Like we're memeing around. Like
even I was fighting it quite a bit. We got to the point where you were literally just picking the worst thing that you could see on the screen for me. For anybody who wasn't there, what we ended up doing, when you approach a new aspect, or what do they call them in this game? What do they call
Rituals?
The elemental ritual? Thank you.
Yeah.
When you're getting a new ritual, you have your option of 3, like you would in most roguelike games. There are elements that you follow along with, so fire, electricity, water, wind, heart, I'm sure is in there somewhere, chaos. It's got the Captain Planet of the elements, and then a couple.
Yeah, I think
of
there's like 7 of them, 8, something like that.
But there are a few that don't feel very viable. Like you have to invest a lot in them. You're very weak while you're investing in them. And even then, they're situational at best. Throwables is a great example.
Right.
If you don't have any throwables, then having 400% increased damage on your throwables doesn't really do much for your overall output.
And they do have that thing where when you unlock more and more of them, they start to combine the elements. So there's like
there's some really cool combinations.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm getting a little overzealous there. There are some decently fun combinations. Not really, really cool.
Yeah, there's some okay combinations.
Yeah, there are a couple of wind element combinations that end up doing cool things on the screen, or effective things, I guess we'll call it. Yeah, I guess maybe that is one of the problems I have, is that it feels like the best way to play the game is just to try to abuse like certain, like aspects. I'm trying to think of a very specific example of when I like noticed it.
Well, you were Team Fire and I was Team Electricity. We just outright banned those two elements because on our separate playthrough, we had great results with combining either of those elements when it was just totally broken. You got to the final boss on your first attempt with your first time playing a character. Like
correct.
That says it all. That's like if you start playing Hades and first run, you make it all the way down. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe the thing about Hades is that Hades has now progressed the difficulty. So the tactics that we were using when you first start, just spamming light attacks, being fast, being nimble, like, and still being pretty successful. Like the further up you go in Hades, that becomes not viable as much.
Right, you need to change your playstyle.
You need to, really start learning some enemy patterns, practicing your timing on your charge attacks, to really tighten that up, keep your uptime. With Absolum, I felt that the only thing that was effective was hit stun.
Sure.
So my only goal was to try to find ways of hit stunning enemies, which is why we had to ban most of the things that did that.
Correct.
Because that made the game, made the game very, very manageable.
Very.
So
What's your favorite element? What's your school of
weapon?
choice?
Oh, in Absolum?
Yeah.
I uninhibited and not meme building, I would say fire is very strong.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Fire and lightning are almost hand in hand. They do kind of the same thing. Fire does immediate ticking damage. Lightning does build up damage that chains out. So it's 6 one way, half dozen the other. What's your favorite build? You can't say lightning.
No, I can't say lightning. Probably chaos. Chaos is pretty crazy. It's one of the later ones you get, but you can go either like high damage with it because they take away your crit chance, but they buff you, or you can go for the summoning of what did they call it? It was like you have a 60% chance to summon something that might be helpful or not
cosmic
helpful.
accident.
Cosmic accident, that's the one. And it's just random shit's gonna happen. Sometimes you get
random,
a best summon in the game.
Shit. Yeah, sometimes you get a laser summoning slime blob
that hits the whole screen the whole time.
Is it just me, or does it feel like the enemy design in that game is very, very imbalanced? Elite enemies are wildly overtuned, and certain enemies like that laser summoning slime.
Yeah, I mean, the super armor on the elites is pretty annoying.
Well, especially when you think about that there's no tech. Like, you can't X tech out of a knockdown. So at one point, and it's super frustrating to watch and also kind of comical, but like, you were dead. I was trying to revive you, and the enemy picked me up and lasered me in the corner. And then the lasers just kept like tumbling me in the corner until I died.
Yeah, there was nothing you could have done about that. Like, once you got caught, that's it. Endless loop of laser beams.
And it feels random. Like, the enemy has like the moveset that it picks from depending on your position on screen and your, the aggro settings or whatever. And sometimes you just get a bad roll. Sometimes they come on screen and do nothing. Other times they come on screen and summon 8,000 lasers that just juggle you in the corner. Part of the magic, I guess, is having that randomness or like the big things happening on the screen that create those like what the fuck moments.
Yeah, like bubbles.
Bubbles. I will say, I think the next time we play to finish it out, it's water. Water is the only build that we have not tried to use.
We used it like sparingly, but yes, no one went full water.
You can't go full water. It's
never go full water.
Work. Think about that. Water's bad in every game. It's right up there with poison.
It's kind of related to poison.
I mean, it never. Yeah, the damage is always low. The effect that it normally has is pushback.
Yeah,
and
or putting people in bubbles, which I don't even know what it does in this game. Like it's just.
It looks like it's a timed hit. So when you activate the bubble and it appears on them, they have about 2 to 3 seconds before the bubble pops and hits them for a certain amount of damage, and it counts as hit for hit stun.
But like I don't think like stuns them or anything. Like I don't.
The big problem is that 3 seconds that it's doing nothing.
Right.
And they are acting and they are doing things.
If it like locked them out, like a freeze situation, then that would be pretty sweet. But
right, but that's reserved for ice, which is not in this game.
Correct.
Water can't freeze. Ice freezes.
Right. So do you like the game better now that you quote unquote finished it? I think I do. I still think it's a bad roguelike.
I think it's a bad, like it more.
Bad roguelike. There's just not enough randomness, not enough random events, not enough content in it. But as a co-op like brawler thing, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. My big problems were with the balance, a lot of weird hitbox issues, just some playability things that didn't feel very, very tight. And then you couple that with a lot of the builds feeling not even playable. But then we stress tested all the builds and more of them were playable than I thought.
Yeah.
And we tried different play styles. We did throws, we did everything, and we did throwables, and it kind of worked.
Wall jumping.
We tried every special on the characters, which are notoriously bad on every character.
Yeah, they're not.
They normally have bad. 1 or 2 pretty manageable specials that do things that you would expect them to do, and then they have a bunch that are kind of situational. They're either proximity based, time based. You're throwing like an AoE on the ground that's going to explode in 4 seconds, and you have to either try to combo enemies into it or hope that they walk into it. And it ends up being easier than I'm making it sound, but it doesn't feel very consistent. So each time I
stupid puppet thing on my assassin, it doesn't do anything. I still don't know what that skill is supposed to do, because it doesn't taunt them. It doesn't do damage. It really just kind of sits there. Sometimes if you're far away from the enemy, they will just hit it over and over again, but then you're not doing anything.
Aggro seems to be distance based in that game. The closer you are to the enemy, they automatically just try to grab you.
Right. So the puppet sucks.
Puppet, kind of weird. How many
puppet blows? It's the worst alt in the game.
My theory is that they were adding that, like they ran out of ideas for it, and they're like, "What else can we do?" And they're like, "I don't know, put like a decoy thing in there." But they didn't have any type of taunt. Like they never coded that status in the game. So like enemies you couldn't change their aggro path. So like the enemies just act the same no matter what is going on the screen. And that's another thing that feels really kind of like cheap and not well made. Is enemies will do the same thing no matter what. No matter what your attacks are, they answer in the same way. They just come on screen. I feel as if you could watch the game like progress without your character even being there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they don't really react to what.
Yeah, if enemies appeared on a screen, they would walk in their normal set paths, walk around, swipe or whatever, and just do like their rotation of 3 moves that they have.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's kind of brawler style, but like in 2026, maybe it feels a little cheap, a little undercooked.
Sure, but like you know, that's the brawlers genre, right? Like it's pretty simple usually.
And
I don't know.
they had some things. They had a couple, well, and that's the thing. You see a couple things that kind of stand out to you. There was one enemy in particular that did anti-air you, like
Yeah, that's true.
on reaction. It was the
Yes.
only enemy that did anything like that. And it was
Yep.
like a spike guy, you know, he popped you out of the air and then he did a little taunt afterwards.
It was pretty nice.
Not to be confused with the status effect taunt, which is something that they did not code into the game. But that,
Yeah, I don't know. As someone who I normally don't like brawlers anymore, and I found this one engaging enough to play through it.
I think what really made it is how floaty enemies are and how good the response feels when you connect hits.
Yeah, the impact is pretty good in this game.
Yeah, there's a lot of like hit delay. Everything feels really meaty when you hit big things. There's good slowdowns that occur on screen when like combos
especially
are
when you
racking up.
clash.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, but you didn't like the grab not having a button. You just walk up to a guy to grab it.
which is fine. It worked in Streets of Rage 2. Does not work as well in this game. Also, Streets of Rage 2 didn't have a dash mechanic.
Yeah,
You know, when you add complexity to the game, you have to be careful of how you're affecting other things that may have been balanced at one point.
I didn't know there's a difference between dash and a dodge until I almost beat the game with you yesterday.
I had to discover some things in training mode as well.
Like I knew the functionality exists, but I didn't know they're actually different things. So when the skills refer to, hey, you do this on a dodge, that does not mean the same when they say you do this on a dash.
And a dash is very similar but different than a deflect. They're all using the same button, just so we're all
That's the
aware.
worst part.
So we're all on
Yeah,
the same page. That's the magic of
it's
this.
all
We're
in
talking
circle.
about three different techniques that you can use with three different outcomes that are included in build variety. So you have to
build
play
around
them
this,
separately.
yes.
Yes, you build either dash or dodge or deflect. And they all use the same button, and it depends on the situation. If you dash, that's just pressing circle, and you dash a short distance. I don't even think you have immunity.
Unless you deflect.
Unless you deflect. If they are attacking during the starting. Well, actually, there's a decent amount of frames in it. Yeah, so. Yeah. But also, when I say you don't have immunity, the deflect also only works against certain moves.
Correct.
Yeah, so they have a surprising system where there's like a stagger bar. There's repetitive, where if you're using the same moves, it builds up something called pressure. And then pressure creates like a burst state and all that. Like, so there's some like thought that went into this, which is why I think it's frustrating when you see like just real like bonehead looking stuff or like build like those augments or whatever that don't feel even like you can't even think of a real application for it. You know what I mean? You're thinking of all the characters and what their movesets do, and you're like, how would that play into this? And there are just certain things that don't feel like they do anything.
Right.
Or dead special moves, which are unique to the character. So they should all be effective, maybe situational, but they should be.
You also have to
balanced.
like unlock those special moves, and then you have to roll it because it's random what you get on your run. And it's a real shame when you get a special move that you know you'll never pick ever. There's no situation you ever want to get this move because it sucks. It's terrible. Like you had one on Frog. It was like picks up throwables automatically or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, and these occupy a slot that would be like charge your attack to do 200 extra percentage damage. Like you don't want to waste that slot on something stupid. Like the Frog has like a grab where he can grab them, and rather than tossing them forward, he slams them on the ground. Everything else is the same.
Right.
It does 2 ticks of throw damage. That's like the difference. But it doesn't make throws any better or.
Yeah. So let's wrap up by doing a quick tier list of the characters. Best to worst.
Do you want to start or me?
You can start.
Best character is the swordswoman.
Yeah, there's no
discussion. The starting character that you open the game with, and her special move, her first 2 are both great.
Yeah, necrotic wave and there's like an impale one, I think. Yeah.
Which I think is her third. Like all of her moves felt useful, and you could plainly see what the intended like combo use was. That's kind of how I feel the moves should have been integrated.
I also really like her triangle. Her triangle is really strong.
I feel like most of the triangles, but I would say that her light attack is actually where she really gets strong. Like, as far as playability, not only does she have what I would probably say is a very consistent and fast light. It's like a jab. It's a 5p. You know, it's like a 4-frame. Just can stop things from happening on the screen right in front of you. Can hit stun enemies if they don't have super armor.
Yeah,
just a really good way to kind of feather things in and keep them checked. It plays like a fighting game when you're playing her. And also her dash attack puts her aerial, which allows you to low profile or high profile some stuff, and also continue like aerial combos, and just all feels very, very good. Not a lot of wasted animations on her.
Yeah.
So her stuff feels safe generally to kind of throw out. So that would be my number one.
And very good passives. Like you get like the triple triangle swing, you get the aerial triangle swing. Like most of the stuff she unlocks is all really, really nice.
Correct. So. Adds more hits to moves, which is very strong because hit stun is where you want to be in this game.
Yep. That helps you proc triangle way more quickly than you normally could. It's just good. She's the best.
She is, I think, undoubtedly the best. I have not checked any tier list, but
same.
I assume
that this is scrub list, but
this is scrub list. And granted, we only have how many hours do we have in? Do we have 40 hours yet?
No, way less. I would say like 15, 20.
15 tops. Hours of dedicated stress testing playing.
We're just testing the builds.
Oh, and also we didn't play this character. Well, I played this character 3 times total.
Yeah, I didn't play her on this playthrough with Chris at all. She's too good.
We banned her. I played her one time before we played, like to get a feel for the game, and I was like, this character feels really strong, and we just moved on from her. So second best.
I would say the Frog is second best.
Frog is second best.
Yeah, you can talk about him because you played him.
So the Frog, and this is one of the things that I actually like about the build variety or the move variety diversity. I'm looking for my words, but you get what I'm saying. There's a lot of variety in the moves that make certain characters better in certain situations. So the Frog, he also has an aerial dash attack, which it ends up kind of doing like a high lift, like a Shoryuken. You know what I mean? Not like a forward lift, but a vertical. It seems built around verticality.
Yeah. You're supposed to do air combos, I think.
And he just has a spammable air attack that does not like finish out into a launch combo or a blowback combo. So you can really like float enemies and make some pretty long, some lengthy combos. I also don't think that there's any damage drop off.
In co-op?
In combos.
Oh, in combos. When you play by yourself, do they have less health or anything like? Did you feel like they had less health?
I felt pretty strong.
Okay.
I definitely less health, significantly less. I would say less enemies on screen and less health.
All right, because I didn't play this game at all by myself, so I was just curious.
In all fairness, I only played the game and I only played 2 runs by myself, and that was only because, and I didn't even know that this feature existed until you told me that we weren't proccing it. There's a slot for your second special, and I guess you're supposed to get it after the first boss, and we were not. And I think on our third playthrough, you mentioned it, and you're like, hey, this doesn't feel right. I assumed that it was because we were playing co-op from the start, and I had not done any runs, so the game was like missing, how they like remove a lot of story features when you go into co-op.
Yeah.
Like they sometimes limit progression, we'll say.
Yep.
That's what I assumed was happening. So I figured I'd just play through one time with the sword chick and just get to that part and unlock it. It didn't happen, and I kept playing until I got to like the final boss, and I never got it. And then I wanted to test your character because I had not played your character at all, the dwarf.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see like his kit and just kind of see what we were getting into. And I got not very far, but still further than the first boss with him as well. And I did not manage to make it happen. It happened randomly. Like after we were
We played for hours and just kind of happened. I'm sure
randomly.
there's like some side mission I think that does it. I don't know, but it was strange. Because on my playthrough, I played way less, like not even close, and I had it unlocked. And here we unlocked it. I mean, maybe an hour or two before we beat the game. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. That's right.
Yeah, and
So
we did like harder we did side content, like we
did everything. There's
not
no side
everything.
missions left except
there are
the
some hidden bosses.
hidden boss. There's a couple hidden bosses, but like
There's
we'll
some things going on.
we'll do them. Like,
are you gonna platinum in that game?
We are gonna plan.
Okay. Well, let's. I'm sorry. Again, back to our tier list. Frog is number 3. He also has a great triangle.
Frog is number 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Number 2.
Yeah.
He has a great triangle that has some frames of immunity, or at least clash potential. He has.
I love your triangle. I didn't play the frog, but it looked great every time.
And I will say that he has an upgraded move that's a dash triangle that drills forward.
Yep.
It is a better version of that. I felt the same priority when doing it. Like I beat out a lot of enemy attacks, and it passes through enemies, which means that you cross them.
What's your favorite?
And it does massive hits. I would say that his homing barrage is easily his best. That's his best special.
It got banned on we playthroughs.
Well, oddly, it serves both purposes. That's why it's so strong. So because when you summon it, for anybody who doesn't know what a homing barrage would do, it shoots off a barrage of homing attacks. So when you summon it, it puts a cloud, kind of like a little pulse thing in the air, and then that shoots homing, lobbing green shots at enemies, but also drops green shots straight down. They both do the same amount of damage, which is it's moderate damage.
But it never misses. So,
and on bosses, especially ones that are like screen bosses, you just jump right over their heads and you activate it and you're doing double damage. And if you use his ultimate, which I believe is the best ultimate in the game,
I agree with that.
It makes 3 frogs, and it triples all of his attacks, including specials. I should try to ultimate on top of his ultimate and see if I get 6 frogs.
That would be crazy.
That would be pretty wild. But if you do that, if you use his ultimate with the spell, you have 3 mana chunks, right? So you can use it 3 times. So you have 9 of those attacks going off simultaneously. I melted the boss for us in that run.
It also refills your mana when you use the ult.
Correct. So if you're really good, which we are not, you would set all those up, drop, a bunch of those things in the air, use your ult, and immediately drop 3 more.
Yeah. It's pretty nasty.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot of homing barrages. And everything else is average.
I like Sigil of Hate.
You like the mine on the ground.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Situational. It was, I want to say, a 2 to 3 second delay explosion.
Pretty slow, but pretty slow. Big AoE.
Decent AoE. I would say it was maybe not quarter screen. I'm giving it more AoE than it deserves. But it would hit surprisingly large. It would hit enemies that I thought were not going to be caught in it.
Yep.
And
great damage.
Yes.
If it critted, it was pretty nice.
Its base damage was 60 as compared to the homing barrage, which was 24. So the homing barrage, but now here's the thing, the homing barrage was 24 per shot.
Yeah, it shot like a lot of times.
It shot probably 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, maybe more.
Let's make it 5 for the sake of argument. So 5 times 24, and then double that because it's firing 2 shots. So you're doing 48 damage. Let's call it 50. You're doing 250 damage every time you hit that button.
Listen, I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying it's fun.
Yeah, it certainly makes you work. I'll give you that. Keeps you honest.
And then you mentioned him already. I think the dwarf would be next.
I'm coin flipped. I know you hate the assassin, but I
mean, I played the assassin more than I played the dwarf.
I also played the assassin more than I played the dwarf.
And I think the dwarf's better. So the dwarf, I mean, his square is pretty pretty lame. It's like super short range punches. Nothing. The dwarf doesn't really have anything that like stands out that much. That's the thing that kind of bothers me about saying he's better than the assassin, because at least assassin has some like unique stuff. But the dwarf just kind of does his thing. His triangle like pushes him forward. It's like an overhead punch, and you can just spam it into itself over and over again. But
That ended up feeling like the most effective thing for me.
that's what I played mostly. I mean, I was kind of drawn to triangles for the most part in this game, so maybe that's why I hate the assassin, because I hate her triangle. But yeah,
The
dwarf
grab
triangle
that puts you aerial. Yeah, we'll get to her.
The dwarf triangle is like super simple. Like I think he's like the simplest character. Like honestly,
I think the swordswoman is the simplest character.
Yeah, but she's fun to play.
Yeah, she's fun and her kit makes sense and everything works very well within the game's like built ecosystem.
Yeah.
The dwarf. So my biggest drawbacks with the dwarf was I picked the wrong special with him. I picked like the make it rain.
Which one?
I picked the misfortune make it rain one.
The firestorm. Yeah.
Yeah, shoots down a hail of bullets. Sounds pretty intense. Nice, decent looking AOE. It does no damage.
No damage at all.
It only cycles like 3 times, so you're not even getting like a ton of hit stun out of it. And then I tried to build into it because he has like a reload mechanic and all that.
Yeah, he can get a passive that lets him press triangle to basically get all of his mana back full. So you can spam your specials more than typically.
Yeah, even with 4 of them running simultaneously, it was not good.
Yeah.
And that took a lot mechanically to do because you have to neutral hit his triangle to reload the gun, wait for that animation to finish out. Like
you can't move. Right.
There's some moving parts on that, or not moving parts, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, that one's not great. Most of his stuff is like ranged. Like he has just rifle bullets where he just shoots across the screen. I think my favorite was one of the later ones you get. It's like a javelin thing. It pierces everyone.
That was the one that pins them to the wall.
Yes, not only so it pierces everyone, so it pulls all of them to the edge of the screen and then pins them to the wall for a few seconds. That one felt pretty nice.
That's I wish I had that one.
Yeah,
I will say his aerial attacks felt. You notice that his air attacks have a lag, like a startup.
Yep. Yeah, his air game sucks. I don't. But I feel like
air
it's
game's important.
I feel like a lot of his stuff is just kind of like not great. But at least he has like pretty decent, like javelin is okay, right? Javelin's fine. At least his like R2s do what they're supposed to be doing, which is more than what I can say about the assassin. So I don't know. The dwarf's fine.
It's true. I think his base kit leaves a little bit to be desired.
He doesn't really have anything exciting. Yeah, like I can't.
His regular attacks are a little, like you said, they're they're stubby and they're not that fast.
No,
they don't combo that well. His dash attack is okay. He's got like the dual. He puts like both of his hands out, kind of gives you the sliding Superman punch or something.
Right. Yeah, it's okay.
It's average, yeah. It hits once, which is not very good because multi-hitting
I can't
is way
think of
better.
any of his like passive stuff you get other than the gun reload mechanic. Like
he has a super grab.
Oh yeah,
you used it.
But it must have sucked because I don't remember using it.
Well, I think both of us were a little grab averse.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I'm calling them grabs. The game calls them throws, which is very, very annoying in a game that has both throws and throwable objects that are built differently, that can be built into.
Yeah, he also had like the triple air dash where he was like spinning in the air and hitting dudes. I tried to build that once and it was terrible.
Yeah, he didn't feel as floaty as the other characters.
Yeah. And then we have the assassin. Cider is her name. How do you feel about Cider?
I think that she's too situational with her stuff, so I would just play her as simple as possible. I would just rely on getting a good attack level up, get fire or lightning on that, and just spam that. Most of our other stuff ends up being kind of combo oriented. A lot of aerial stuff with her, a lot of setups.
A lot of grabs.
in a 1v1 scenario, I'll bet you she would be fun to tool around with and do like all the wall jumping and using her triangle. We've been talking about a little bit. You hate it. I'm like, I'm whatever about it. But basically, it's just an extended reach out of her mechanical hand, and if it touches an enemy, they take a little bit of damage, and then she goes into a floating. What would you call that? It's like a short hop.
Yeah, it pulls her towards the guy, and you can do a grab from it.
Puts her.
The grab is okay.
Semi-aerial. Yeah, I think her grab is yeah. Her grab stuff is decent. That was her coolest looking upgrade.
Well, she has two of them. She has the Izuna grab where...
Oh, yeah, she's got Izuna drop. I don't know why you're hating on the assassin that much.
And then she has the one where she like spins the dude around.
The giant swing.
It hits
really
everyone.
Nice. And it hits people on the screen. I think she's immune while she's doing it.
Sure, we can... I think that's true.
Surprisingly, a lot of specials, most of the specials do not grant any immunity. You just get knocked out of them. There are a few, yeah. There are a few that give you kind of full immunity during at least the startup. I would say the giant swing is definitely one. The frog tornado, which I was not a huge fan of, but I discovered in our last whatever playthrough it was that you burdened me with that. I discovered that he does have a lot of immunity frames.
It was better than he thought it was.
It was a good get out of jail.
Yeah. That's the thing with the assassin. Hers, the R2 just sucks across the board. She has a spider mine, which is maybe one of the better ones. It's okay. It's kind of like the frog Sigil of Hate, but instead of...
It's proximity based rather than time based.
She's got a Tinker Blade.
See, now she has one... Isn't her base one that shoots her up into the air like a... I'm trying to think of what character from the fighting game.
Her
Rashid?
Base one... No, her base one is she throws like a shuriken thing and bounces between dudes.
What's the one where she basically does like an anti-air type of...
That's one of the later ones, yeah.
That one looked pretty good.
That one's okay, and you can...
That looks like a good combo goer type of thing.
That one was cool because you could also use it midair, and then she would do dive kick instead of launcher. So that was okay. At least unique and did something. The marionette sucks. The flying shredder is a complete joke. It does like 4 damage.
Gyrocopter thing that you sent out.
It does 4 damage per tick.
It was literally like you throw
times.
it out and there's bolts falling out of it and it's got like smoke pouring out of the sides. It looks broken.
It's coughing. Yeah. Like, wait, you're not even alive. But yeah, the shredder sucks. So I don't know. The assassin, I mean, I played her, so I guess I liked her more than the dwarf overall, but I still think she's the worst character.
Yeah, it's certainly a coin flip.
The dwarf might be the most boring one, but probably better.
His base stats might be better, like as far as like output, health. I don't know how much they put into. I mean, there's obviously damage mitigation, so there is some form of like armor system.
I don't like they start with different stuff.
They have like a lot of stat things on there that you wouldn't expect from a 2D brawler fighter that don't feel very well implemented. Like throws or throwable objects.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's Absolum, I think. I think last time I gave it like a...
I think you gave it a 6.
I want to say like a 6, yeah. I think it's a better than a 6, but it's like a 7.
And I think I gave it a 7, and I think that my 7 stands.
Okay. All right. So we'll probably play some more Absolum, but this might be the last time we really talk about Absolum. So
definitely, because if we're gonna plat this game, I guarantee my rating's gonna go down by 1.5 points by the time we're done, and I have to deal with the frustrating. What's the one where we have to keep the character in the air for like 12 seconds?
You just get the wall jump thing, hold onto a wall, and you'll be...
You better hope it works that way. I don't think it does.
It has to.
How much score does it lose when it doesn't work that way?
Like a 0.5 point.
Okay. And that's just one thing that is not going to work correctly for platting this game.
Plats often bring down the rating overall. So, that's fine.
That's fair. Yeah. And nobody's going to go through this. Certainly nobody listened to this and listened to us talk about it twice and heard this glowing review.
Hey, 7 is a good. 7's good.
Seven's
okay.
fine. Seven's about the almost the limit of where I play a game and enjoy it.
Okay.
Any lower than that, and it just kind of either becomes a wash or a waste of money for me.
I guess it's
think.
time to move on to our Hades discussion. Hades check-in. Chris, you've played a lot of Hades. You've played way more than I did, and I thought I played quite a bit. But you're pretty far. I also checked your hour count just now. Would you like to take a wild guess where you're at?
Oh, I left the game on overnight. So whatever it is, subtract 8 hours from it. And then if that were the case, I would still say it's around 80.
It's actually less. Yeah, it says you played 57, 58.
Oh, that's not too bad. Okay.
And I have around the same hour count, but I leave my game on constantly. So my real hour count is probably like 25.
Okay. Yeah, I only left mine on one time. I'm normally pretty good about it. Well, that was also, I think I told you, when you hit the touchpad, that does not pause the game.
Correct.
You can only pause the game to pause the game. Or if you're in a safe room, for timer's sake, I guess, for all the runners out there.
So what you been up to? What's your current Hades goals? Did you finish the game already, or you got
I've
stuff to do?
There is they certainly do keep it they keep the carrot on the end of that stick.
The carrot sticks around for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, how worried are we about spoilers at this point? You know,
we're not worried about spoilers.
Okay,
let's just talk about
you know, we've obviously both beaten Kronos and I've beaten Typhon up top. There are three main quest things that I still need to do. Get whatever weapon it is that would destroy Kronos forever. Get whatever weapon it is that would destroy Typhon forever, and wake up. What's his name?
Hypnos or something.
Hypnos, gotta sleep. Yes. And I believe Hypnos brings a whole nother game mode of sorts.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
I didn't really look into it. I was watching a video of somebody doing like a build test.
Right.
And they were accessing something through, like, when they were starting the run, I saw what they were doing. I was like, oh, okay. There's like a separate portal that opens up after you wake up Hypno.
Interesting. I wonder if it's like a whole new region or not. That would be kind of crazy.
It looked... No. It drops you... And I was trying to figure out how this guy was like playing the regions out of order and stuff. I think it does like some sort of mashup, randomizes it in some way, shape, or form.
I could see that. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
I do like... Oh, by the way, remember when we were talking about our microphones and the setups and how I said that mine could come crashing down at any point?
Yeah, I believe that has happened.
It's happening currently. So I'm holding it while trying to speak over my shoulder, while trying to retighten it. And I'm sure it's not making any noise at all.
Do you has your favorite weapon changed or anything since last time we talked? Last time you were on those the double wands thing. Is that still the weapon of choice?
Double wands are still the way to go. That's actually the only way that I can do any of the harder content now.
Interesting. Yeah, I hate that weapon.
What are you running?
Recently I've been running the upgraded axe to a scythe. I
just played a run with that last night.
Yeah,
felt pretty good.
It's not bad. Like it's all right.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's like the best. I'm just saying it's all right.
Damage output on the axe is pretty good, and the axe has some really, really fun upgrades for the specials. You know what I'm talking about? The Dallas hammers.
Yeah.
The axe has some really fun ones.
I always go for that if I see it. It's like one of those boons where I'm like, yep, I need to grab that.
What's your favorite axe boon?
I don't know. I've been trying that stupid one where you only keep your third hit, but you do like 300% damage. So I've been messing around with that. I mean, the damage is nice, but it's pretty slow.
You know what the coolest one I've come across? I'll bet you haven't even gotten this one yet. When you charge your spin, the spin just continues around you and you can act independently.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That sounds pretty broken. I like that.
Yep. That's how you get some real output.
What do you use on your double ones? Which aspect?
The base one. It's
Yeah.
plus 10 critical.
Just the
hit
crit
chance.
damage and chance. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you combine that with the. Do you have all the familiars?
I saw the dog, but I didn't unlock him.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't unlock him, but I saw him out and about. I haven't gotten him yet.
I think you have to. Did you pet him?
He like ran away before I could.
Do you have any treats, pet treats or whatever?
Yeah, I have some.
Okay. I think you're supposed to. You pet them once, and then the second time you see them, you normally just
They'll
recruit
join.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have the dog. I don't know what the dog does.
I barely remember what the dog does. Dog's
What
not
do you
that good.
use?
I use the bird, Rocky or whatever.
I
his
don't have the
name is.
bird either. Yeah.
To get the bird, you have to concoct something to open a safe room in one of like in the runs. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yep.
And the bird gives you plus crit chance.
Okay, makes
It's
sense.
not that much.
For your build.
It's only 4%, but
Still, it's not bad.
14%. And if you get a little Hermes boon or something like that, or Athena rather,
Yeah.
you can pop that number up a little bit.
Yeah.
And again, I cannot understate this. The percentage damage on a critical is 300%.
It's pretty high.
It's very high. And I did check that because I felt like it was wrong after we closed out the last time. And I was like, you know what? I better fact check myself on that. And I double checked it.
Nice.
300%. So crit is kind of the way to go. And so with the staff, you end up, enemies just explode out of nowhere. It kind of doesn't even matter what you build. They just randomly explode every 15 shots or so, or 7 shots rather, if it's 15%.
I still haven't I have the coat, the last weapon, but I haven't really played much with it to be honest. Like I did some challenges for chaos with it, and those were kind of fun, but on real runs I haven't really committed to it yet.
I think that goes back to what I was saying about Hades. At the further you get in the game, tactics that you were using earlier don't quite work the same as you start tuning the numbers up.
Yeah.
So like with those, it was really fun because I would just shoot off the homing rockets
Right.
on like light attack only. I wouldn't even charge them. So I would just be dashing around, just dropping rockets, and everybody on the screen would eventually die. Once you start cranking up the vowels or whatever, the nightmare rating, darkness. Do they call it darkness?
Yeah.
Well, once you add a little darkness to it, next thing you know, like they're not dying quick enough, and then my eyes can't focus for that long with that much shit on the screen and not get hit. It's just not possible.
Are you doing a lot of the like the testaments stuff?
What are the
skull
testaments?
it's the skull challenges. Like you rack up the difficulty with the skulls, and when you kill,
for the champion of the night.
Yeah, to get 48 testament stuff.
I'm tier 2 champion of the night on the final tier.
Right.
Or I think it's the final tier. I think there's only 3.
Yeah, so you're pretty far. You put in some work.
It's at the point now where a lot of the things that, again, the scrubby stuff is not panning out as much anymore. It's requiring a little bit of
can't scrub around anymore.
A little bit of critical thinking for sure.
It's good.
What's your favorite boon? Who's your favorite god?
I have no idea who I said last week, but right now I use I feel like whenever I see Athena, the blue one, right? Whenever I see her, I usually go to her. She has a lot of like stupid passive buffs that like really, really stack up nicely.
Yeah, I mean Athena's very, very strong. She can only appear once in every run. What about like a standard like Zeus?
What's her name? Hera?
Oh yeah, Hera.
Hera.
Yeah, you like Hitch?
Yeah, I think the Hitch is okay. It's not terrible. It's not even about the Hitch that I care about. It's mostly about, again, like the passives.
Her passives are great.
I said Athena last time, but I meant Hera.
Athena,
yeah,
okay.
Right. Athena is the special one. She doesn't count, but Hera's passives are pretty good.
Are we thinking of the same one? Make one boon heroic in granite levels?
Yeah, for example.
Yep. I could play that one all day. That turns up your effectiveness easily 50%.
Yeah. It's one of those things when you see it, I feel like you always grab it.
I grab it even if it's like common and the other ones are rare and epic. It's just worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so we kind of feel the same. I noticed that Hitch doesn't feel as good later on.
Yeah. I mostly use her as like a buff machine, you know?
Yep.
It just makes
I'm
everything else so
I'm
much
still
better.
big on Scorch.
Yeah? You're a Scorch guy?
I am a Scorch guy, and Freeze. Freeze is
I started to
easily the
appreciate Freeze.
strongest.
Yeah.
It's the
It helps a
strongest
lot.
offensive boon that you can have. Free, like absolutely. I would argue against people that are significantly better at the game than me. Freeze is easily the best defensive type of boon you could have.
I like
And
to
if you
have it on
increase the-
cast. Like just having it on cast to freeze scrubs.
Yep.
Like you don't even have to commit to it. Like you can just freeze them. That's good enough.
Well, and they don't
It's-
even, and I wouldn't even be mad if they balanced it to where there's like a freeze bar that you build and then they get
Mhm.
frozen.
Sure.
But it's on contact and they
Yeah.
take full freeze duration. Standard,
Yep.
that's 2 seconds. But as we all know, the buff can go up to +4. So you can have guys sitting there forever. Like in good runs, I'll literally walk up to an area, just hit them with like my cast and freeze them all, and then just move on to the other guys and kill them while those guys are frozen. And there's enough time to do that. Like it
It's
is
still-
very powerful.
And it remains powerful, right? Like even your later difficulty stuff, you still like freeze.
Yep. The only thing is that I think that they scale it back a little bit to where it does more of a slow as opposed to a hard freeze, but it
Okay.
really inhibits it. It might be an 80% slow. So it for all intents and purposes, unless you froze them as they were like a couple frames away from hitting like an animation, you can just do your combo.
Right. How do you like hexes? Are you big on hexes? I liked them when I started, but now I don't know. I kind of soured on them a little bit.
Yeah, most of them don't feel that good.
They just I feel like they just don't do enough. Like they're kind of like passive bonus damage. Like you don't have to super heavy commit to it. As long as you're like spending mana, you're fine. But
And they can be like really powerful. The polymorph, I think, is extremely powerful.
yeah, that's nice.
It's like freeze, except freeze affects bosses.
Correct.
There are a couple of them that aren't very good, like the 1,000 damage, 4-second AoE bomb. I never get that to connect correctly, even on
Yeah.
bosses.
Right. I mess
Um,
with that thing all the time.
All the time. The become an invulnerable, impervious monster or whatever the hell it says, and it turns you into it basically just makes you invulnerable, but you do like no fucking damage.
You do
at all.
0 damage. Yeah.
0 damage. And I've maxed out that tree and it still does no damage. I guess it's just more of a get off me safety thing.
Right.
But why do that when you can have freeze?
How do you like the one that like I think does it charm or does it just like respawn one enemy you killed recently and he fights
Yeah,
for
it
you?
summons one enemy. I would say that the only usable ones, not you, I hate to put it that way. The best ones that feel like worth actually, wasting a portal on a hex would be the heal,
Mm-hmm.
the potion heals, because you can, if you get like a couple points into that, you can really get that effective.
Yeah.
Like you can be healing for 50 plus and have 6 charges of it.
Right.
So I mean that it can make you soft it's a great defensive. Again, if you get hit a lot, it's awesome. The summon the last foe. Yeah, it's the last foe that you defeated in the encounter.
Right.
So
That's the
depending
one.
on how you time that, you can either get something very powerful or something very not powerful. But I will say that I love how aggressive the AI is when it comes in. When you summon that thing, it like bursts out, like, just shooting like whatever it can do, it's attacking the nearest enemy as quick. It's really funny to see that with like the shambling zombie guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where they just tune up like the AI aggression so much, but they're not really doing anything. And it's also great to see when you get like the spinning sword guy and he wipes the whole screen for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one I like as well. Yeah.
The only other one that I would say is good is the one that's attached to one of the aspects, and that's Moonfall or something. It just shines down like beams of pillars of light that hit enemies around you over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's pretty good. At least it
pretty good.
always feels effective. Auto targets, it's not something you have to manage.
Correct.
It's a low cost. I think it's 60. I think it's 100 base, and then I leveled it up, so I think it's 60. But I never had any problem, even at 100 cost, like getting it out. Like it comes out all the time. I would say that those are the 3 hexes that I play with. Do you have any spicy thoughts on any of that?
No, I think the ones I always use is the summon one if I see it. But I lately just try not to go to hexes anymore because I've been playing a lot of builds that just prime a lot of your energy. So I don't really have energy to build up into a hex. So that's what
some of my most effective builds have been prime builds.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's true because I didn't look it up. But like, let's say you already primed as much as you can. Like, can you over prime of your limit?
Nope.
Okay. So I feel like sometimes, I must be wrong, but I feel like sometimes the prime let's say I have like 10 mana left, and it will ask me if I want to get a skill that primes for way more than 10.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying, can you use a skill over your mana? Like if you only have 15 mana available, like you prime 90 and you have 15 and you try to use like a special cast that's 30.
No, yeah, I know you can do that.
It won't happen, but you can prime yourself below 0 and just keep priming and nothing happens.
That's what I thought. Yeah, because I've had that happen. Like I feel like it either won't trigger ever because I couldn't prime myself, or maybe it just works. I guess it just works, eh?
Correct. Yeah, it'll allow you to keep picking prime boons or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that the number is still being like counted. So if you increase your mana, it would still be
stuck at 0. Yeah, you go into negatives, I guess.
But they don't show it.
They don't show it.
Yeah. They just show it as all being primed.
Yep.
Normally, when you get to that point, you're already committed. It's an auto attack build. We already know.
Yeah.
But man, they get strong.
They're pretty good.
Pretty good.
I've never made a successful cast build. Not yet.
I did.
Yeah.
So on the base weapon, the aspect of Circe.
Okay. What does that do?
That makes it so that you're familiar whenever you cast, your familiar casts as well. And it creates a laser tether. It creates a laser tether between you that does.
I've played with it, but I didn't make it work.
You can make that work really, really strong. And the laser tether does a lot of damage. More than you would think, I guess.
That's cool. What was like your what gods did you use to make it work?
For the cast one?
Yeah, for the cast one.
So you get the expanding cast. That's a Apollo, I think.
Sure, it gets bigger. Yeah.
Yep. You get the cast deals damage faster and
disappears faster. Quicker. Yeah.
You what do I have in? I'm trying to remember what damage thing I had on the cast. I think it was lightning, believe it or not.
Okay. Interesting.
It worked. And I also had the Zeus cast, like you can hold the cast to change where the thing goes and it does impact damage.
Okay. Yeah, so you can aim it. Yeah. Nice. All right.
I really think that was like the base. I mean, I had one of the Daedalus, like your mega cast is faster. I just built like all the standard best cast oriented things and it felt very
I see
strong.
Cast and I take it build. I got you.
It ended up kind of working out.
Yeah.
And I did what we did in Absolum. I stress tested. I just tried to only use cast where possible. And the tether. The tether was a lot.
That weapon might be one of the best ones to do that with, right?
Well, that's the only one that you can do the aspect of Circe, so you get the double cast and all that. So I mean, there's other weapons with like cast shit on it. Which ones? Shit.
The daggers have one. There's a
where the daggers flow into enemies into your cast or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Oh, the axe does have one as well. The axe has what your triangle special Omega will erupt your cast. I tried that one, and that actually felt pretty good. But I did that through one of the chaos dungeon things. That was like a setup.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one yet.
Pretty good. I still think that The skulls are the worst weapon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cannot get them to work for me, no matter what I try to
Same.
do. And I've tried everything. I've
I
tried 3 aspects on them. The base aspect, which is like the thing on that is stupid. Like your attack damage is increased based off of how many skulls you put out there.
Yes.
I can't resource manage that. I don't even know how many skulls I'm supposed to have base. I think it's 5.
It's 5 or 4. It's one or
You see
one
what I
or
mean?
the other. Yeah.
Well, that's a big difference because one of them means that I'm doing massive damage on my next shot, and the other one means I don't have a next shot. What was the other 2 for them? One is where the skulls stay on you, and you.
I tried that
them.
one. Yeah.
Supposedly that's extremely powerful. I could not get it to work.
I couldn't get it to work. Yeah, I couldn't do it.
And the final one is when your special becomes sprouted, which is a goofy status type of thing.
I've never even had a run with that one yet.
I'm not even quite sure what it was doing. The big thing about it is that any boons you get gain levels.
That's pretty nice.
I have it at max level. It's like plus 5 levels. So
that's a lot.
That's a lot. So I guess you give up on having a weapon so you can have leveled up boons.
Sure, you could do that.
So, and those are the 3 I have with the.
I will say I had high hopes for the one where you like buff up your skulls in your hand to make them explode with triangle, and it just didn't work. I don't know. Maybe I'm sure there's a build that's good, but I just playing the game naturally, no guide, no nothing. I just couldn't get it to work for me.
It was somebody referencing that as like the most powerful like aspect in the game that made me realize that the aspects were more than just like stat tuning.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they changed some of like the actual properties of the moves. So like apparently good players out there use that thing effectively.
I'm sure that's
I'm not one of them.
That's not me, but I'm sure there's people out there. Do you like the underworld area more or the Olympus?
Okay, it's a mixed bag for me here. My favorite level is the first Olympus level where you get to pick all the doors.
Yep, that one's pretty fun.
I love being able to start a run, picking my
and
first
see what's gonna
5
happen.
Aspects. Yeah, and just know or boons or whatever. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I like having that. I feel like it sets me up for the run, so I hate when you're waiting on like one boon to lock your kit together and you're just like kind of useless or gimped up until then.
Until you get it. Yeah. It's the nature of the game though.
That's the nature of the game. I'm averse to pain, you know? I don't like hardship. I'm a scrub. Didn't you read the podcast?
Do you which bosses do you find harder, on the way up or on the way down?
Way up, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tartarus bosses, I'm trying to think of any of them even pose like a challenge.
Not really.
No, Kronos hurts, but
yeah, sure.
He's just gonna you have to go into Kronos expecting to take a little bit of damage.
The final ones withstanding, you know, I'm talking more about the journey ones.
Yeah, I would say that the toughest boss is definitely oh my god, what's not Prometheus. Falcon dude.
Prometheus.
That is oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I was confusing Prometheus, Hephaestus. I was like, yeah, wait, Prometheus. No. Yeah, that's one of the boon gods. Wait. But yeah, so Prometheus. He definitely, I have a tough time getting his timings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that bird. A goddamn bird that just slams on the screen out of nowhere like 4 times and then goes away for a while.
The bird's really annoying.
It has to hit me 3 times before I realize what's happening. And then I start dodging
always
around
have
like
the bird?
Yes.
I feel like
maybe not the first
bird...
time I played again.
Right, like I feel like sometimes he didn't have the bird. I don't know. Maybe I just ignored the bird or something, but like it wasn't like.
Have you noticed that the overall kind of difficulty has been creeping up despite not changing anything?
Yes, for sure.
Like nobody said anything. Nobody's like, "Hey man, you're doing pretty good. It's gonna get harder." Nobody said that. But if I boot up a run, I can't just like kind of gaggle my way through it. Like I can get killed in the first area if I'm not paying attention.
You gotta be locked in. Yeah.
Yeah. And enemies, I feel like they're doing more damage, maybe. Maybe
I
there's just
mean,
more enemies. Maybe there's just
they probably are. You probably have your, the Testament shit enabled, and they just do more damage.
maybe that's probably it.
It's like
I don't
significant.
buy it. I don't buy it. I think the game slowly kind of cranks it up.
I think
over
this game
time.
is definitely harder than Hades 1, like for sure. And I even
at this stage, I would agree.
Having even like the knowledge of what to do, like if someone play Hades 1, you'll know what to do when you're playing this game. Kind of from the beginning, you just have to discover new stuff. But the basics of like, hey, how does this system work of picking what do I want to pick on each run? Like you already know kind of what that's like. And even with that knowledge, I found this game harder from the beginning than Hades 1. And Hades 1 was like the first time this system existed in this way. So yeah, they definitely stepped it up in this one.
That's odd. I found the game to be significantly easier and more approachable.
Than 1?
Yep.
That's so crazy. Yeah, and
right?
like you're so much further than me in this one. You didn't play the first one as much. I platted the first one. It's yeah. I don't know.
But I would say now that the difficulty's starting to ramp up, I'm more in the same boat where I'm like, oh, okay. So, kudos to them. Like I came onto it thinking that it might be a little too easy, which is crazy. Because it's not like I'm a high mechanics player.
I think the beginning is quite manageable, yeah.
Yeah, it was very manageable. Like I was completing I was getting very close to completing like runs, usually first try and then second try, or you know what I mean? Like it was, I never felt like that. How the hell am I going to get through this? I would have to have 2 more life bars. Like I don't even know what to do. Like that did not happen until.
Do you do any strength stuff yet? Like, are you running without any revives, or is that not in the card?
No. I mean, yeah. It's in my Arcana card, so I don't want to mess with the build. I'm pretty sure that there's only a couple configurations that you can have when you're maxed out on the Arcana to have things like unlocked, and I like having my boons, rarity, and all that increased.
Yeah, I always
so like some of my stuff is tied to having like the rule sets, the 0 cards.
Yep.
So it's like no more than 2 of each configuration, number 1 through 5. Yeah. So I managed to get that perfectly, and I'm maxed out at 30 points.
Yep.
But that includes 3 death defiances, and I still get smoked.
Yeah,
and I'll do a death defiance with the pin.
Right. It's pretty nice. The pin's pretty good.
How do you have a new favorite trinket?
Well, see, I just try to start with like now I'm just more like trying to just do different builds. I usually take like a god I want to definitely start the run with, and then switch to like the later I get, the more likely I pull out the pin or the tooth.
Yep.
But on early runs, I just try to pick the god ones that I want to do the run with. Or some like meme ones. There's a couple meme ones that are okay. Like the concave stone is really dumb. It's not good. But as like
you don't want to grab
one,
that first. You don't want to grab that first because you can accidentally fill in some of your slots before you want them filled in.
Sure.
Like nothing worse than grabbing like Hera and you pick like Hitch on attack and it picks Hitch on special for you and you're like, oh, great.
Bummer.
Now I don't have damage output. Fuck. Like, you know what I mean? If you pick one that's utility, the other one has to be damage based.
Yeah. Yep.
So you want my Chris's pro strats?
Yeah, what's your pro strat? What's your
always start with the
choice?
chaos one.
Chaos one?
Always start with the chaos. You know that, so do you remember what the chaos one does offhand?
Yeah, you get like a random chaos blessing. It changes up after a while.
Yep. So when you use it, not only will you get that chaos blessing during the first run, but when it changes over, because it'll expire and switch during your first map. Whenever that switches over, if
keep the old
change one. You don't keep the old one, but you keep the new one. When you change your trinket, you still get a chaos benefit. And if you don't like the one you get, I guess you could keep it on for another map if you wanted that.
I see. That's pretty good.
You always having a chaos boon in your run is very, very nice.
Pretty nice. Yeah, I bet. I haven't done that one much at all.
Depending on how you pick, because I normally only pick rare or better.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have, like, let's say you find like a common attack to Scorch. On your second map, after you take a little bit of damage from the first boss and all that, you switch to the fountain fill.
Yep, I use that one a lot.
Yep, and it turns a common boon heroic, not a rare, not an epic. So this will be ineffective if you do not have common boons.
Right.
Like it just simply won't proc. It confused the shit out of me the first time it happened. That's a nice one to kind of throw in there. If you're a real baller, on the third or fourth leg of it, you would grab the hammer because you get a free Daedalus hammer. If you grab it on the fourth stage, you just have it for the end of the run. Because it goes 20, I think.
Yeah.
It goes a lot of encounters. Like you can do a map and a half, I'm sure, with it. Then from there, it's kind of the pin.
Yeah, the pin is good.
The pin is good.
The pin is really good.
I'll do the concave stone a little bit later in the run, just so I can grab, like if I'm just boon farming, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to pad my guy up and just grab all the stat increase things.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that really jumps out. To me, the tooth and the other healing thing, they kind of went out the window once you have the pin.
Yeah, the pin is generally better. Sure.
And of course, the gold purse. If I can fit the gold purse, like if I have a gold boon, I'll take the gold purse just because it'll increase with the gold percentage.
You ever use the Gorgon one, Athena?
Nope.
Yeah.
Is Athena's the one that you can only do with no death defiance?
Exactly.
Yeah. No reason to even.
And she can like give you a death defiance thing, but you get one death defiance that like respawns on exit of the room each time. So it's kind of like a pin a little bit. But
well, you use that in conjunction with the pin.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Right, but if you have to use the Athena boon to get the death defiance thing to make it viable with the pin, like then you're wasting the boon. You need to get like crit with it.
Well, the biggest problem is the whole thing, like you're playing no death defiance from cards, so you would want to have strength on. But once you pick the thing from Athena, it disables strength, so it doesn't work. So that's the big
so
bummer.
you either say no death defiance at all, only pin, or you only say pin, I need to get some death defiances here because the game's
because I'm a
tough.
scrub and I need
game's
help.
Getting tough.
Yeah, I agree.
What's your least favorite, real quick, and we can get close to wrapping, I think. Just following along with this, what's your least favorite vow to take? The nightmare stuff, the darkness.
Wow. I really think the one that gives them like not the armor but like the shield thing, like that they just ignore damage for first few hits. That one sucks. That's really terrible. And like it's only 2, so it doesn't sound like it's gonna be that terrible, but it's really bad.
It's very, very tough.
What about you?
Damn, that was right up there for me.
Because that one sucks.
Other than the ones that like you don't even use because they do like massive hindrance, like healing is ineffective, gold isn't worth anything. Like nobody takes that shit.
I mean, eventually you might have to, right?
I currently don't have to, and I'm fighting for Champion of the Night 3.
Okay.
Of the ones that you have to kind of take, or that are like, I guess when you're deciding, where you're willing to take a little more pain. One that has been extremely frustrating for me has the Revenant one, where they have a 50% chance to come back.
Yeah.
They come back at full health, full armor, full whatever statuses they have based off the other vows that you have. So if they had armor pieces or whatever, they have them back. You're fighting a brand new enemy. And he's spawning and he can spawn into an attack. Like I've had that happen many times where I'm trying to dash to the thing and he gets the spawn as I'm getting to him and I just take a hit.
Right.
It's like insult to injury. I would say that one was surprisingly frustrating for me to deal with.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
I would almost rather deal with the wards. They're like hand in hand for me. They both hurt me a lot. They caused me to take a lot of hits.
I like the hordes. Like more enemies is fun, but
that I leave that on naturally. Like even if I'm not going for a Champion of the Night or anything, I'll just leave the hordes on. That's the first thing I turned on, and I never turned it off.
It's because you want this game to be more like Abyss Warriors, which is the next game we'll talk about. Look at that transition.
Oh, oh my God. No editing required. We're on it.
No, it was perfect. I
was
played that
perfect.
game as agreed. You told me to play it, and
And
I listened.
how close are you to the plot?
Like surprisingly
80%?
close.
80%.
I would say like
Yeah,
no
2
joke,
trophies
probably like
left.
60%, 70. Like yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about it. Do you remember what characters you played?
I definitely played the
Ryu
guest characters,
Hayabusa?
Rachel and Hayabusa himself.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, I'm not an expert in Abyss Warriors.
I am. So ask me anything.
I feel like it does matter the character you play, but not like crazy amount. True or false?
Early, false. Wait, no. Early, true. Later, false. Once you're, and I don't know why they did this. I guess maybe because people are like really inept. I mean, you think that we're bad at games. There are apparently people that are way worse. Traversal, there are 6 traversal levels total. 1 through 4 are all kind of like a joke. Like you can take a base character and just run them in. No stat increases, no like Hall of the Bonded Souls and all that. You're unlocking weapons. Nope. Just run a character in and you'll get through any of those, no problem. At 5, then chances are you can get got.
Yeah. I mean, like if I die, I usually die at the last boss. That's usually like the area I die
At traversal 5, what's the highest traversal you played?
I think like 3, but then I checked and I don't think you need to do any traversal stuff at all for platinum trophy.
You do. You have to conquer hell, which is traversal 5.
Okay, is that true?
Yes.
All right. So I guess I will get to it. Yeah, I'm at like 3.
Yeah. So you're not getting the experience yet. Once you get to 5, you'll realize what I'm talking about. You'll get killed by regular guys, and you'll be kind of surprised and annoyed.
Dude, I'm checking the trophy list. It doesn't say anything about getting to Hellfing. I'm telling you.
Not defeat Goma true form type thing.
No, it's just defeat Goma like with 20 heroes. That's about all you need to do.
Is that true?
Yeah, and by the time you do that, you're basically done with the plat.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's why I was like, because you usually don't plat games. And I saw you platted this one. I was like, wow, he must love this game. But turns out you don't have to love it. Like it's
a game for everyone.
Easy. It's a very easy plat.
It's a very easy to love.
I guess we should kind of say what the game is. The game is, of course, it's a roguelike because that's all we're playing right now for some reason.
For some reason.
But it's not. Chris said it's exactly like Hades last week, and I quote. He said it plays exactly like Hades.
And
that was a false statement. That was not true. It does not play exactly like Hades. It is not. I'm not gonna say the game is bad by any means. It's probably my favorite Dynasty Warriors game I've played. But I hate Dynasty Warriors games.
Right.
So it's not that much.
You normally play them for an hour just so you can. I don't know what just so you can hate them. I guess.
Yeah.
Is that
because you told me?
What's the last?
Come on, let's play with you. I only played those games with you, man. They're
What's
bad.
the last Dynasty Warrior you played other than this one?
The last, it wasn't a Dynasty Warriors per se. It was like a fucking PS3. We played it probably like 15 years ago on PS3. It wasn't a Dynasty Warriors game. It was like a clone. I couldn't even tell you the name of it. We played a lot of that game. PS3. Absolutely. It was rough.
Dynasty Warriors clone.
Yeah. I'm not going to look for
Dynasty
it right now.
Warriors.
No, it was not.
I would have said like, Devil Kings, but I think that was PS2.
It could have been Devil Kings, but I think on PS3. Now I'm going to look it up. Devil Kings. It was absolutely Devil Kings, and you're right. Was it PS2? Oh my god.
That was a hell of a game.
That is the game. So that was the last one I played on PS2, even. Are you sure? I feel like we played some PS3 version. Is that possible?
I feel like we definitely played something like it on PS3. We had to.
Right? Like yeah. Anyway,
but
so
you
one
would
of
know
those.
if you were playing a Dynasty Warriors game, and I stopped playing them. I would foray back in. Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends is the quintessential Dynasty Warriors. That was when that's the Streets of Rage 2, like the Chef's Kiss, the magnum opus. That was when their whole idea kind of came together. After that, they just kept kind of repeating the same thing with like little tweaks or adding like stupid characters or whatever. I'm like,
It's always the same, Chris.
it's always the same
It's always been the same.
Until 2 years ago when they released Dynasty Warriors Origins, which is I will call it a hard reboot. They called it like just a soft reboot. But you play as a character not from the Dynasty Warriors roster. You play as like, I forget what his name is.
Lubu.
Generic probably. Japanese protagonist looking swordsman guy is what you play as.
Sure.
And you don't change characters, but you change weapons. And then the weapons all they really, really upped like the way that it's played. They want you to play more like an action game, like not Devil May Cry. That's a little bit too fast. A little bit more hit and blocking, but not as punishing as Souls likes.
Like a Dynasty Warriors. I don't know.
It was significantly less hack and slashy.
Was it less dudes on screens? Like
no, tons of dudes on screen, which is still cool.
Dynasty Warriors. It sounds the same with nicer graphics.
Not quite. They changed most of the mechanics quite a bit.
Hey, if you want to hear Chris ramble about Dynasty Warriors Origins, subscribe to our Patreon. But right now we're gonna go back to Warriors Abyss, and this game is. Did you ever play Vampire Survivors?
Yeah.
Because that's what this game kind of is, just in a warrior's skin. Like the second I start playing and I see those crystals pop out of all the dudes, I'm like, okay, I see what we're doing here. Like it's a little
loot explosion-y.
Dude, there's a lot of shit on the screen as you play. Sometimes it's just particle effects everywhere. You don't see anything. It's just and the system is very easy. It's basically you recruit dudes. Those dudes have like various elements. I think you can have up to 5 dudes, 6 dudes in like your
formation. You can have an additional 6 people.
Yeah, and the 6 dudes you get a couple different formations, and they have different passive effects. Like, hey, if you're in this formation, for each fire dude you have, you get 5% more attack damage or something, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at first I'm like, okay, do characters have different combos? And they kind of do. Some characters do have unique stuff. And when I say it doesn't matter who you pick, the reason I say that is because a lot of the times, at least, again, I'm only like halfway through the plat, so not an expert. But the stuff you do is mostly you try to trigger the formation dude. So what your character doesn't really matter because you're just trying to get to the formation stuff anyway.
Yeah, I could agree that you could potentially try to exploit by just pushing formation builds. If you go, there are like a couple that are very, very strong that you'll kind of naturally fall into accident. You know what I mean? Like you'll just start recruiting people from one family, like a bunch of way people,
sure.
And then you'll realize like you'll auto do the recommendation, and it'll show you like how powerful your formations become. You're like, oh, yep, I can see. And then all of a sudden you just hit the button and everything on the screen explodes.
Exactly. And I do like that the formation stuff, they give you like hey, here's the suggested best combination. Because I don't know if I would have the patience to try to like self-pick dudes myself. So I almost, after the first like run or two, I was like, okay, I'm just doing the autobahn. Like this is totally fine. It does the thing I want anyway for the most part. So it's like
it'll get you pretty close. To be honest, unless you're looking for specific things like, like you said, all the characters have a different move that they perform on screen. So if I get, let's pick the darling of Dynasty Warriors. If I pick Zhao Yun.
I guess that's the darling. I think the darling is like a Lubu. I know a Lubu.
Lubu is one of them, but Zhao Yun, he's on the cover of every Dynasty Warriors game.
Okay.
He's the spear dude. Yeah.
He is the Dynasty Warrior.
He is the Dynasty Warrior. He's the original OG Dynasty Warrior. Let's say you grab him. Yeah. His special thing when he comes on screen is called Soaring Blade. So he'll appear in wherever the formation shows, like from your menu. He'll appear in that slot where you are on screen, and he'll fire a thing of soaring blades forward. Different characters have different effectiveness with their attacks.
Yeah.
You know, some of them throw like pools of damage or something, like those suck. So you don't want to use those characters. Like learning that and having preference to those things can make you significantly stronger, which would only come into play when you're playing at traversal 5 and 6. At 5 and 6, you can get killed out of your formations.
Okay.
Like no problem.
Yeah.
You'll get like murdered. But again, it's more numbers tuning if you want to look at it like that.
And
so
the
the more
numbers
you
go
go
high.
up in traversal, as the numbers start to go up, enemies become a little spongy. They're not dying and exploding right away when you do your formation, so they start landing hits.
Sure.
So depending on how you want to look at it, I mean, I could say the same thing about Hades.
I think that again, I haven't played
Exactly
on the highest difficulty, but here the dodge doesn't feel nearly as good. You have it's not like super long cooldown, but I feel like it's longer than in Hades.
Yeah, but I mean, you can spec.
Sure, you can spec into more dashes.
Yeah, you'll have a triple dash that has an 80% cooldown.
But the stuff in this game is not that hard to dodge. Like the purple, like there's a huge purple like indicators telling you like, hey, this is an attack you don't want to get hit by. It's, you know, I find this game is very good. Like after I'm pissed off at Hades because I keep dying to like Prometheus or the guy after him. Eventually just turned that off. I turned fucking Abyss Warriors for a little while.
Decompress the brain.
Yeah, this is just chill. It's very chill. It's very mindless. Kind
Warriors
of like a
Abyss
Dynasty
below
Warriors.
traversal level 5 is barely. That's a fun.
It's just a fun
little romp.
It's basically, and it's like very like it doesn't. I don't have to be locked in to beat it. It's just stuff is happening. I'm mashing the same buttons. I'm having a good time. So surprisingly, I don't hate it. Also, I will give you credit. There's like ridiculous amounts of characters in this game. I don't know what they were thinking, but there's so many. And I'm sure some of them are clones of each other, but like
not as much as you would think. And a lot of them have goofy, unique mechanics that they implemented specifically for this game. That like I was very surprised at the amount of effort that kind of went into what I thought was just going to be borderline shovelware, you know? Or like a kind of like a parallel thing where like, yeah, we just tossed this. We gave the studio rights to our characters, and they're making a roguelike game, and here's what it is. They did a pretty good job of capturing the essence
of Dynasty.
The essence of the warrior.
They do. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think the game looks kind of bad, but you know, it's like
game does look and I'm not gonna say this because I haven't confirmed it, but I believe that they just took like all the portraits and all that from like different games, because they do
looks
not
that
look
way.
good. The models look like they're from Dynasty Warriors 7 or something. Like I'm not quite sure what happened there.
But you know, it's a budget game. It doesn't have any English voice acting. It's all in Japanese, and there's not much of it. The runs are the same basically every time.
Well, there's no story. You don't really. There's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about. You just kill dudes. That's all. You
wake up and you're kind of in hell or something, and you have to help Enma kill Goma because you are the Dynasty Warrior.
Right.
Go forth, my hero, or whatever.
But like it's not a great roguelike. Again, there's not a lot of variety between runs. You're not gonna be surprised like, oh wow, what a cool little side thing. Like, no, you're here to kill dudes. You kill a lot of dudes, and the numbers get higher. Like the numbers are pretty ridiculous by the end, so it feels good. Big numbers feel good.
Big numbers feel good.
I gotta say, like, I found Rachel, the stupid chick from Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden, yeah.
She's kind of fun. She's alright. I don't know. I like her stupid spin to win stuff. Like,
there are tons of characters that have really fun and engaging like mechanics built into their kit. Also, I don't know if you realize this, but so for anybody who is unfamiliar with the game and going to pick it up right now,
it's free on PlayStation Plus. So
it is free on PlayStation Plus. You can use our code, ScrubcastPod, insert
That's
that to get it for
Sony.com.
free today on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, so it's what were you saying?
Shit. Damn it. Derailed my thought. Hang on. Let me I'm searching for it. Can we scrub back a little bit and see where
I wish I
my
could,
last
but I
sentence
can't
was?
tell you. I lost it as well. The PlayStation Plus plugin just killed us.
Oh, for anybody who hasn't played it yet, there are different stats that you build into all the characters. Besides possessing a like specific skill, like all fire damage is increased by 30% or whatever, they will have icons that correlate to base stats, strength, defense, speed, movement, technique, charm, and wisdom, which is Musou. Charm is formation stuff. So
Yeah,
as
Musou
you
is
level,
it's the cast, it's the special.
correct. As you level the characters up, you allocate your points into there, and your character will, get certain things unlocked at certain points, depending on, usually in the skill is where I was kind of going with this. So like all the characters have further combo things that you can do once you reach 8 points, I think, in skill.
Yeah.
So that's another part of the unlock and deciding. It's a very min-max game with low stakes often. If you're like decent at games like this, you're just trying to figure out the way to optimize your build to do damage, the most damage you can as quickly as possible. Maybe like speedrun stuff, but that's kind of where the game is going to end up. There's not a ton of side content. There's not like, hey, break this urn on this level and that will unlock the fight with Lu Bu later on.
Right. No, there's nothing like that. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure everything that happens in the game kind of happens naturally. I don't think I had to look anything up at all.
Nah.
And I wasn't really like exploring, trying to like break things. But I will say that
I have a question for a Dynasty Warrior expert.
Yep.
What does Slay attribute do? Like, is it mostly like instant kill stuff?
It's one hit kill, but certain characters can have that damage you as well. Wound makes you susceptible, so it afflicts wound, which makes you take more damage, I believe.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that was the only one where it wasn't like right away obvious what.
What's your favorite element to use?
It doesn't matter, Chris. I don't think it matters.
It does.
I don't know.
It does matter.
You say that, but I don't know if it matters.
Maybe.
Like the elemental ones, I literally don't know if it matters which one you go with. It's like whatever rolls for you, it will be okay. Just keep stacking.
At Traversal 3, it will be okay.
You just keep stacking the same element as much as you can. This isn't like a complicated puzzle here. Like, it's pretty straightforward.
Well, you know what? I in the course of the next week, Paul is going to beat Traversal level 6.
I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to do any more Traversal though. I feel I'm just going to plat this game and uninstall, and that's it.
You have to get the content. You have to get
this might be the easiest plat I've seen in years. It's incredibly easy. One of the hardest achievements is, hey, you have to lose 30 times.
That is true. I had to manually do that one. I had to manually kill myself.
But Chris, I will give it to you. This game doesn't suck. It's not terrible. It's a fun little game. It's a bad roguelike, but it's a fun little mashy time. I like it. It's all right.
I would invite you.
Does it
at least Traversal 5, because then you'll actually get killed once, and then you'll kind of understand a little bit.
Sure. I think I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. So I don't know. Check it out. It's free on PlayStation Plus, so that doesn't hurt.
Definitely, and play all your favorite characters like Ninja Gaiden. Well, Ryu Haibasa from
the other side characters, like guest characters, I didn't even know what
they're from. Like Atelier Iris or something.
I have no idea.
They're all very strong, but I don't know.
But their portraits are
lowly anime girls are not quite what I was looking for.
Portraits are just like animated, and everyone else is like semi like realistic designs, and when there's 2 anime girls, I'm like, okay, well,
that's
the portraits
one
are
of
terrible.
the less. Yeah, that's not necessarily where I would. The less. What am I looking for? Scrupulous of the fandom.
Did you beat the game with every single character?
No.
Do you have a favorite character?
Yes.
Who's your favorite character?
There are a couple, believe it or not.
You
One
have
of
to pick
them.
one. It's gun to your head, Chris. You gotta pick your favorite Dynasty Warriors Abyss character. Who is it? Who is it?
They're gonna be the two strong. I mean, Ryu Haibasa is one of the strongest characters.
He's fun. Yeah, he's alright.
Mature Yukimura Sanada is the other strongest character, and he is probably the most fun to play because he's extremely effective. All of his moves have giant AoEs that explode the screen. Like, he's fast.
Does he have red armor?
Yep.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I beat the game with him once. Yeah.
Yeah, anybody who plays like and is trying to like do things quickly or effectively, they pick like Ryu or him.
The first character I beat the game with was some chick.
Rachel?
No, I think her name is like Zenji or something. I think she attacks with like flowers or something.
Yeah, with like a flute or something.
Yeah, I think she just like casts flowers basically.
Yeah. That is Zenji. I think that is her name. It's like ZhenJi.
Yeah.
That
was my first character I beat the game with. It was alright.
I know my Dynasty Warriors.
That's kind of incredible.
She does fight with a flute, and anybody who fights with a musical instrument, they get areas of effect around them. That's like standard Dynasty Warrior shit. They fight with a fan or a flute or a lute or some dumb shit. They just shoot giant beams and shit all over the screen.
If we ever need like bonus content, we're just gonna make you do a tier list of Warriors Abyss characters.
Oh my god!
Just all 81 of them.
How many is it?
I believe it's 81.
Oh, there has to be more characters than that.
Nah, there might be. I say 81 because the trophy requires you to do that. Make bonds with 81 heroes.
The game boasts over 100 characters at launch, with later updates bringing the total to over 140.
That's a lot. It's like a full Pokemon set in
Did you do your service for the free game and purchase all the DLC content and get Lubu, Zhao Yan?
I have Lubu. I already have Lubu. I have Lubu.
You don't have the Origins version.
No, I did not. You're right. I don't have the Origins version.
That includes Lubu, Zhao Yan, the other darling, Nobunaga Oda, Yukimura Sanada, and many others.
I'll have to just trust you on that one. Overall, I think that for me, my rating, and again, I hate Dynasty Warriors.
Okay.
It's like a 5, 6. It's okay.
Okay.
I don't hate it. I will plat this game because it's too easy to not do it.
And as a courtesy to me and the audience, of course, I'll say Traversal 5 is fine. You don't have to go all the way to 6. But if you get through 5 and you're still like game stupid easy, then maybe it's just not for you.
Okay.
That's about where I hit the wall, like the very small wall.
What's
I
your
just
rating?
had to think about what I was doing. Ooh.
You can be biased. I mean, you can love the game. It's fine. It's, again, if you didn't tell me to play it, I would never touch it. Like, there was no chance of me even checking this game out.
My bias rating is an 8.8. It's just an 8.
It's an 8. Okay.
As a game.
It is a video game, yes.
All right. So my bias also applies to my price point. Like, it is as a product.
It's free.
I believe that the game, well, and even when it wasn't free, it was $24.
Yeah.
It's an 8 for value as well. As a like a game, an artistic vision, it's a 7. They're missing some things. But there's a lot of shit in there. It's just a lot of it doesn't matter because you can overcome most of the challenge like the same way with every character.
Right. Yes. Yep.
Until you get much later into the game. Not much later, until you beat a couple more difficulty levels and then the numbers get a little high. And then once the numbers start getting tuned up too high, then you'll stress a little bit.
All right. That's Warriors Abyss.
That's Warriors Abyss. Super glad that we are the official, roguelike channel.
It will hopefully change next week, but we'll see about that.
All right. So what else is new on the?
We got some news. You wants to do some quick news?
Yeah, I'll hear a little news.
All right. Well, there's some PlayStation stuff going on, as in we are PlayStation focused podcast. So Sony decided to add a fun little thing where you will have to be online every 30 days. Otherwise, you will get locked out from your games. Starting, I believe it started in March this year. So any purchase you make after this cutoff, for you to play it offline, you can do that, but your console has to be connected to internet at least once every 30 days so they can recheck the licenses.
Okay, just your console, right? Not
Yeah.
You don't have to boot the game.
I don't think it's like that. I think it's more like you need to sign into PlayStation Network.
Okay.
How do we feel about that? A lot of people are freaking out. They're like, "Wow, this is DRM shit on the consoles. How could they do this to us?"
They were already doing it. How many physical games do you have? How many physical games could you produce for me right now?
For PS5.
Yeah, for PS5. I mean, for PS4 too. Sure.
I had a little bit more for PS4, but for PS5, I think the last game I bought, there was no really good reason for me to do it. I was actually in US in 2 years ago, and I was like, you know what? I haven't done in a while. I haven't been to like a GameStop. So I went to a GameStop. It was like a fucking graveyard.
Oh yeah,
that was
ghost town.
Yeah, it was fucking
two tumbleweeds
depressing.
float by.
So I went to a GameStop and I was like, wow, this is like the saddest site ever. Like there's like basically no used games, very little. There's barely any games really. So I picked up Resident Evil 4 Remake because they had it used for like $15-20. I was like, all right, I mean, sure, I'll pick that up. So that's the last PS5 game I have on disc.
I couldn't even produce a single physical copy of anything for you. So like,
do you have PlayStation with a disc drive or digital?
I do have the disc drive.
You just don't use it ever.
I don't use it.
I almost never use it. Yeah, almost never.
Anymore. I still have my collection. I still have games from PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. I actually have a couple PS1 games in there, but I never pull them out. Those are now collector items, I guess.
Yeah, they're just sitting.
Gently used collector items, covered in booze and cigarette smoke and dust. Like what? I guess my question is, what did you expect to happen? What is the reasoning for this? Did they give any real reasoning? Are they saying like storage issues?
I think it's like I think it's like an anti-piracy thing, because if you have to validate your stuff every 30 days, you can't be on old firmware. So if you want to be online, you have to update your PlayStation, yada, yada, yada.
I mean, honestly, it just makes me want to switch everything over to PC gaming.
Yeah, but PC is just so expensive right now to build like a good-ass PC.
Yeah, I can't, so they have me.
Right. And I don't know. These days, like when I play games, I just prefer to be on the couch than on my desk here. And I sit here enough. I work from home, so I sit here 8 hours a day. I don't want to play games here. I want to move away from this spot.
That's super fair. I would do the same setup in the living room. I would just set up and that's another thing. You'd have to dedicate a PC to it and put it where your console is if you want it to not be weird.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of weird moving parts. Latency on the TV. I don't know if that matters for.
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess a lot of people are concerned, like, oh, what happens, down the line? Will we even be able to access these games?
That's already been happening. They sunsetted that one game, and they just basically said like, hey, we're done with this, and people are like,
sure.
Hey.
And they can kill games, especially like those online live service games. They kill those all left and right. Like there's a bunch of dead games already, but it's more like, for example, I have a bunch of PS3 digital stuff I bought back in 2009, 10, 11. You don't carry forward anything from PS3 at all.
Nope.
All of that stuff died on PS3. Now they did better, obviously, between PS4 and PS5. Everything carried forward nicely, so I'm not really like worried about it, to be honest. Like, I mean, if you tell me that, hey, what happens when PlayStation ceases to exist and the servers go offline? Do you lose access to all of that shit? That's a tough question. Maybe that's a possibility for sure. So I don't know. I don't think it's as big. Like, okay, who doesn't have their consoles like being able to connect to internet once every 30 days? Like, what's the
You
scenario?
can't. Yeah. How do you
You know?
purchase a game? How do you play a game? Purchase and play a game.
You buy the disc.
Okay, and then you I'm
And
just
again-
wondering who these people are that have, because you're not. I mean, like you said, you found a GameStop. I don't even know where they are anymore. There's, I don't think it. I'm gonna type it into Google right now, and just see what. The
I don't know if that
closest
GameStop still exists, but the one I went to was the one that was not far from us back when we lived together.
I lied. There are 3 GameStops.
Hell yeah, buddy.
In 10 miles from my.
But
Okay.
they just sell Pokemon now. Like, they're not, it's a different.
Correct. I assume they got rid of all like the accessory stuff, unless it's like sponsored accessory things. I mean, GameStop is a weird place. They're only alive because of that stupid. What was the pump and dump?
Right. Yes.
I think that's still going, right? Like nobody sold their.
I'm not sure what's happening with the stock anymore, but
that's a different podcast. This is not a financial podcast, but it is a very interesting read for anybody out there. If you're wondering how GameStop
it was kind
is
of
still
wild.
a thing. Yeah. Somebody realized market manipulation was going on and somehow convinced a bunch of people like you and me to get stock. And then these people couldn't, they had shorted the fund.
They made it work.
They didn't have. Yeah. So GameStop's still around. Go buy your disc. Okay. So you buy your disc in this theoretical scenario and you bring it home to your non-connected.
Just to be clear, this only applies to digitally bought games, right? So if you have a disc, you're fine. It's if you buy a game such as
So then we have to change the scenario.
PlayStation store,
you buy your
and
game,
then you move
you have
somewhere.
But you'd have to.
You move to,
if it's
I don't know.
digital, then you'd have to purchase it. Yeah, like you said, you have to go online, sync everything up.
Yep.
Create an account.
Yes.
Buy it, download it, update it, and then unplug your router, I guess, because your PlayStation will have it's got the built-in. You know what I mean? Like you have to turn off internet in your home.
You move to somewhere where there's zero internet, and your license will expire after 30 days. I just don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest. I mean, like,
I don't think it's a huge deal. Like this particular thing is very, very kind of surface level and it makes sense. It's what all these things kind of implicate for the future, I think, is what most people are afraid of.
Yeah. And
you'll never own anything again.
We don't own anything. But that's the world we live in now. So I don't know.
I'm telling you, I think one day the consoles are going to go down. They're just basically going to be like glorified permission boxes. They're going to be like little black boxes that you have, and they handshake with Sony servers, and they stream a game to you. You play it for a little while, and then they're like, "Okay, beat it," and that's it. You don't know anything. I mean, you can do that now. You can just stream games from.
Yeah, you can.
But I think it can be optimized even more so that the hardware doesn't have to be as in. Well, I mean, you remove hard drives and all that on the PlayStation end. So you could start removing some hardware to maybe free up a little bit of budget there.
Sure. It's just streaming is still not good enough for a lot of games. Like, good luck playing a fighting game streaming it.
Correct. Online.
Right.
The saddest experience, I'm sure. Sadder than Warriors Abyss on Traversal Level 6.
So yes, a lot of people got upset over that. That happened.
So what would be what are people suggesting other than don't do that?
They
there
don't
any workaround?
Nope, just people were just crying, and Sony confirmed that it's not a bug or anything. It is they did it on purpose. So yeah, here we are.
And it was a silent announcement, correct?
Yeah, it just rolled out.
It just rolled. Yeah,
it just kind of rolled.
Those
out.
are always the scariest. Because those are always again indicative
there was like
of
a
other
new
big things.
User agreement pop up that before, if you didn't click it, like you basically
can't
use
your
the console.
Yeah, you can't use the console.
Yeah,
and you're doing it on a console, so it's like it's already hard enough to even get to the bottom of the message because you have to like hold an analog stick.
No one reads that shit. It's fine.
You can't. You just simply can't. Between the legalese and half the wording in there makes you not want to use it, even if you know exactly what they're saying. They'll be like, "We reserve the right at any time to take your firstborn child if you're," and you're like, "Yeah, wait, what?" Like, but like for real, there's a lot of like very borderline predatory, stuff in there. Not malicious. Malicious is more what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
It's for them to cover their own asses and prevent, it's kind of like a forced arbitration. Have you ever heard of that? Where, a company will say, hey, to use this product, you have to sign an agreement with us, meaning you can't sue us when this thing fucks up and kills you. You have to deal with us in arbitration. Like, that's the type of stuff that jumps out as like, that's really bad. That means I'm losing protections.
Right. Yeah, and there's like I was reading into it a little bit, and like people, apparently there's like there's not generally hacking PS5, like loading cracked games onto PS5 is not like a common thing that
nobody does that. You do that. You do it on Steam, like it.
But there are some ways, and one of the ways I was reading about today was actually pretty funny. You have to own like Star Wars Rebellion game. It's like a PS4. Nobody ever played the game.
Good.
And that game has some sort of an exploit that they can use to sideload custom shit onto PS5 that lets you kind of crack it.
Oh my god.
And that game is currently very expensive because everyone found out about the backdoor from that game. So like a used copy is not, you can't just buy it for $20 at GameStop. It doesn't exist like that.
It's eBay only, and it's
yeah. So people use that stuff to like load custom shit on PS5, and apparently some people think that Sony's doing this stuff to further
stop those 8 people
casual. Well, it's like it's one example. I'm sure there's others, but this was a pretty funny rabbit hole. I was like,
if it were big and prominent and happening all the time,
right, then
we would know about it.
Yep.
At the end of the day,
I had to go deep to find that stuff. It was
like when music sharing came under attack because of everybody like downloading, pirating, and all that, and it was like there were ad campaigns, there were like people speaking at schools,
everyone's
go to jail. Doug the Dare Dog says don't download pirated song, like all this shit. So at the end of the day, if this were something that was a real problem of like piracy and they're not getting their money, we would already, we'd be reading about it in the news.
Yep.
You'd be seeing it on TV. So it's not that, which is probably why people, it ends up feeling malicious. Like, why are you doing this? It feels like they're taking more and more control away and putting more things on their end. Because have you tried suing Sony for a game that they took away from you? I assume that's not a very easy process.
No, I don't think you're winning that one.
And even if you would win,
but you can't
the
win.
Process,
you sign away your rights. You don't own the games you buy on PlayStation. You just have a license to it, and that's it.
At the end of the day, the process alone would probably fatigue you enough to make you not do it. Right. So, you know what I mean? Like, if they have the power to take that away and you have to like chase them in court, it's worth it for them.
So
I mean, that's that. So we'll keep a close eye on that one, Paul. And
I think people are kind of overreacting because it's not that big of a deal to be online once every 30 days, in my opinion, for 99% of users. But
yeah, this is a nothing. This is just another small piece that is going to be in a documentary that we're going to read.
How like video games died.
Yeah, the day that video games died. And they'll be like, in April of 2026, Sony made an announcement that surprised the world.
Didn't seem like
probably
much
what this
at
is
that time, but down the line.
But down the line, now Sony, I don't even know. Sony has AI robots in every house.
You know what else Sony has?
Huh.
We have a new video game coming out this week. It's actually coming out tomorrow, the 30th.
I know what game this is.
What's the game, Chris?
It is Saros.
Have you played Returnal?
I have.
Did you like Returnal?
I did.
Did you
Returnal is another.
A lot?
Returnal is one of those weird games where I think that it's going to sound really scrubbing when I say it. The difficulty was too much for me to.
It was hard
to stay up on. It's one of those games where you need to be in the zone when you're playing that game, and as soon as you stop playing, you will forget all of your mechanics, like your bindings and the jump trick. I'm sure that you knew it because you were pretty advanced, but I
platted that game.
Yeah, that's a 3-button feather that you have to like, and that's the only way you can move effectively.
The problem with that game was also like there was very little like permanent upgrades. It was literally just get
You had
better at the game.
one ether thing that you could use to do a single upgrade in the run that you were in. So ether was what the resource that you would collect that stayed with you that you could spend on things in runs that would be, and it would be expended. So it was a one shot.
It's
Like I've run 8 runs and failed, so I could save up all this ether. So now I can get a better gun for my, this run. But
right.
if you drop it, then that's it.
It's definitely one of those games that you're just meant to get better, and eventually you get better at it, and it clicks. But I didn't play that game until they added co-op to that game like a year and a half after release, and I played it fully in co-op. So that's how I experienced the game. So it's a little bit different.
Must be nice.
It's a little bit different than most people.
Yeah, I didn't have any friends to play with. All my friends were offline.
And the co-op was pretty good. The co-op, it worked nicely. Yeah.
Full
campaign.
I guess it would. So it's you exist in the same areas, and then you can split, or you're tethered.
You can split quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only things that would really take you into a new zone in that game would be going to the next world map.
Yeah, you could split pretty far. I don't remember exactly if it would eventually zap you if you got too far. But you could get pretty far from there.
Could you get separated like combat doors?
No, I don't. I don't know if that. I don't know if like the ones that actually like locked in would let you do it. You could do the open world separately, but there was definitely rooms where it would zap both of you too. Yeah.
And I know why you're talking about this because we're gonna be enjoying the co-op.
So yeah, Saros
together.
does not have co-op at all, which is a shame.
Well, surely they announced their intentions to release it.
They have zero intentions right now. They don't have any plans at the moment. But I mean, if they did it for Returnal, they might do it for this one. But yeah, it looks exactly like.
It looked so similar that I thought that the person was showing content from Returnal.
It looks.
I was like, oh, I remember that map.
Exactly. Like I literally
had the desert map, and I was like, oh wait, I know what that is.
Yeah. I'm like, it's crazy how similar it looks, but yeah, I don't know. The question is
more polished, more the particle effects, and I'm saying looking at like basically demo footage from a phone, it looked impressive.
Yeah, sure. Their games always look good. The House Marquee guys, their stuff looks solid. But I've heard that the biggest difference here is they made it a little bit easier. They made it a little bit easier because you have again, like someone who platted the first game, you basically unlock jack shit between runs. Like it's literally you just need to get better at the game, which some people loved. Some people thought it was too hard and bounced off of it. If I didn't have co-op in it, I would definitely not beat that game. It took a while to beat that game. But yeah, Saros, I've seen some trailers, some stuff. It looks pretty good. They added way more permanent progression systems that, hey, okay, you die on the run, but it's not a total waste. You get some passives you have a passive tree you can upgrade.
I did see like a little, I think I saw a picture of a skill tree type of thing.
Yeah, there's a skill tree. You unlock stuff on it as you go, and
the guns looked way cooler than Returnal.
Yeah,
way cooler.
The Returnal, like the best part about Returnal was the movement. Like the movement in the game it's one of the best feeling game. Like when you play it, like once you get locked in and good at that game, it feels incredible. But the shooting is never like the main focus.
I liked what they're coining it. It's not a bullet hell, it's a bullet ballet.
Okay.
That's what I've been hearing it called.
That's cute. Yeah,
you're supposed to, kind of have like an ebb and flow.
Yep.
Once you find the rhythm of it, it'll look and feel.
I
kind of felt that with Returnal
dashing.
as well. Yeah. Once you kind of get your dashes down, and again, some of like the tech, the super dash, we'll call it, where you have to do like the melee cancel into the leaping run like that.
Yep. That stuff was fun.
I don't know if they're doing this in Saros. What is it? The adrenaline system. I
think they have it. Yeah, I think they have it.
That system.
Yeah, I think they have similar thing.
It literally would make the game easy mode on or borderline unplayable in a single hit of damage.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
if you had level 4 adrenaline, you would be shooting an additional 4 homing projectiles. Like you would just shoot in a cardinal direction and enemies would be dying. And then you get tagged one time and you're back to like your base pistol.
They also had it in Returnal after, again, even after the co-op patch, they had another patch later on. It was like the tower, and it wasn't infinite, but it was like kind of like a dungeon run mode. So I don't know.
Sounds cool.
If this game has like long support like the Returnal did, again, Returnal wasn't very successful at the beginning. It took that game a long time to get people on board. That's why I'm shocked. Like, it's not a sequel, but it's kind of a sequel. Like, I'm shocked they made a sequel to that game. But I guess, they supported the shit out of it, so people ended up liking it, and here we are. So.
Returnal's one of those weird games where I sometimes still boot it up, like, to this day. A couple weeks ago, when I heard, like, just a little bit of news about Saros, I was like, oh, yeah, Returnal. And I just booted it up and just played, like, a couple runs real quick.
Yeah.
Died in the first area, of course, because I was not, I'm not back up.
You're not locked in. Yeah. No. It's tough.
It's a little punishing,
really
a little bit more
platforming
than I may be used to.
It's a lot of platforming.
It's also
platforming. The stuff they do with the PS5 controller is pretty sweet. Like the way the triggers feel, everything.
They're doing half triggers. I've heard all that stuff things on that.
I don't know. I liked in Returnal a lot. Like I thought it was neat. I don't think anyone else really uses the PS5 controller to the full extent.
Well, you're gonna have to, because Saros has it and they have the half trigger stuff.
Yeah, I think that stuff is cool. I think more like PS5 exclusives should try to use this controller like that.
You know what I want more PlayStation 5 games to use?
Yeah,
gyro controls.
Hell yeah.
Have you ever heard of that?
The 6-axis.
Yeah, like no joke. This stemmed from me playing a couple of shooters and struggling very much with the analog stick and being able to like use buttons on your controller and the analog stick to aim accurately and whatever. And in my whole search for all this, I was like, there has to be like a way to incorporate either mouse type of aiming or like something, like anything that isn't this fucking stick. And lo and behold, I started seeing all these things for gyro, and I'm like, what is that? It's 6-axis.
6-axis, baby. Hell yeah.
I was so excited to try that. Can you believe that it's only on like 7 games total?
I can believe it.
None of the games that I have. It's for like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. Like it's those games.
Sure. I still remember playing like PS3 Street Fighter, and sometimes we would be like throwing the controller like, all right, get him with the 6-axis, scrub. You can.
Yeah, what was the game that oh no, we talked about it before. The Draken game.
Yes.
That used entirely used the 6-axis. No, apparently it's gotten significantly better.
Sure.
I would have loved to at least see how it works.
A modern day 6-axis game.
How else do you fix this? I mean, we've had this discussion. You know, how do you aim on a controller when you have to use your face buttons?
You can't. It's never gonna be as good as the mouse, but that's
unless
there's no unless.
I mean, we're talking Marvel Rivals. I mean, that game's still it's current. I mean, I don't know.
It's the current Overwatch. Yeah.
Can't no gyro support for me. I'll tell you what, PlayStation can deactivate they can put all this bullshit in as long as they give me gyro.
Maybe on PS6 you'll get lucky. We also
supposedly it's not console bound, it's more game bound, obviously. The game studio has to design that in mind, apparently.
Maybe everyone on PS6 will be like, it's time. We haven't used it since PS3. We skipped 2 generations and now we're back. And they'll do it. Street Fighter 7 with 6-axis. So,
I like that it's a fighting game, Street Fighter 7.
Lastly, today we're gonna talk about pointless remakes, and on top of the list is the latest one they have officially revealed, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Now, I don't know what's your history like with Assassin's Creed games. The last one I played was Assassin's Creed Origins, I believe, on PS4. That was the Egypt one.
Which number would that be in the series?
Fucking...
Black Flag is 3, right?
No, it's later than that. I think it's like 4 or 5. God. Yeah. Black Flag.
Okay.
I think it's like 4 or 5. It came out in 2013, Black Flag. And it was the 6th main installment in Assassin's Creed series. Holy shit.
Wow.
There's been a lot of Assassin's Creed games. So Black Flag, I played it when it came out. I was at the time kind of, I would check out the Assassin's Creeds.
Yeah, you're an Assassin. That's like your Dynasty Warriors?
A little bit. I didn't play the first one. I played the second one. I feel like a lot of people played the second one. Then Brotherhood was really sweet. And then the third one came out. It was the American one. And that one I wasn't as crazy about. And I think that's kind of where I kind of fell off. Maybe around 3. I don't even know what 4 was. Black Flag is 6. I'm missing 4 and 5.
So Black Flag, I mean, that was like the sea...
The sea one,
the seafaring one, right?
Yeah. But what was 4 and 5? Now I need to look this shit up.
4 is Black Flag.
Is it?
That's Assassin's Creed 4.
Okay. All right, so it is 4. All right, that's better. I thought it was 6 for some reason, but it is 4. Okay, I'm not as crazy then. Did you play any of these?
After 4, they stopped putting like the Roman numerals on them, it looks like.
Right.
So there is no 5 if you want to look at it like that. Rogue would be 5.
Okay, was Rogue the London one in England?
Colonial era? I don't know what that means.
Okay, I need a list of all Assassin's Creed games before we can have this conversation. List all games.
Well, I mean, so let's pretend for a second here.
I'm ready. You ready for this?
Let's pretend that you really liked Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
I think people were okay with that game when it came out. Yeah, it wasn't. It was one of the ones that like stood out because they had the stupid ship mechanics.
Is that why they chose that over all the other ones that probably all have the same?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know why they chose this one because like they didn't do remakes of like 2 and Brotherhood, which I would argue Brotherhood was the biggest one.
I thought Brotherhood was the biggest one, or Valhalla was another one. I think with the Vikings.
That's like modern. That's like 2020.
Just shit.
You skipped like 17 Assassin's Creed in between. All right, we gotta do this list. So no. 2007.
Oh no.
Assassin's Creed. All right. Assassin's Creed 2, 2009. Did you play any of the OGs at all?
I played 1 and 2. I did not enjoy my time with 1.
Yeah, it's not great.
And then
I don't think that game aged well either.
2, I ended up kind of just dropping off of it. I don't know. It just felt a little. It felt like a melee version of like the Hitman games, kind of, but a little bit even like campier than that. I'm almost not campier. Scrubbier.
Well, the first few were like trying to be serious, and kind of gave up on that whole thing. So Brotherhood 2010, Revelations in 2011, which was like some. I don't think that counts as like a main entry. Then there was Assassin's Creed 3. That was the America one. Black Flag, which is the one that's gained the remake, which I guess makes it one of the more popular ones. Then Rogue. I want to say the Rogue one was... No, that's not the British one. I think Rogue is just kind of like a little bit of a side game again. I don't think that game was like main entry level.
It looks like there was Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry before the release of Assassin's Creed Rogue. Introduces DLC before it became a game of its own. Ooh, this sounds like when Ubisoft was making that.
Yeah, I think it was...
They're making that transition.
Then Assassin's Creed Unity, that one had co-op in it. I remember that. Then Syndicate, which is...
So, wait, they released 2 Assassin's Creeds in the same year?
Yeah, but they...
And then another one 1 year later.
Yes.
Oh my god, this is...
Then the British one was... Some people liked it, some people didn't. You had like a chick character and Syndicate. That was like two different main characters. It was okay, I guess. I didn't play that one. Again, I kind of dropped off around Brother. And then they had Origins, and that's the Egypt one. That one that I did play. I unfortunately platted that game for some reason. It was okay. It was kind of like a The Witcher clone at the time. Like The Witcher was super popular at the time, and they kind of wanted to make like a Witcher style Assassin's Creed game. It was okay. Then there was like a Greek one, the Odyssey. Valhalla was the Viking in 2020, and I think the Mirage and Shadows is kind of bullshit. Like not really full on releases. So I don't know why they picked Black Flag. I mean, I guess maybe it's one of the most popular ones, but I wouldn't think so. I would think like Brotherhood or probably Brotherhood in my opinion.
It is unbelievable to me that they were pushing these games out every year.
Every year, yeah.
2 years. And probably more like a year, but like one would be like maybe Q4 2007 and be released like Q1 2000. You know what I mean? Like 2009. Like I don't know.
Well, last year was the Shadows. That was the feudal Japan one, where they had a black samurai and a lady ninja as playable characters, and people were very upset about the fact that we had a black samurai. That was a huge controversy.
I was actually unaware of that. I was more just Ubisoft just being not cool
right. I didn't care about the the gentleman being black or not. I just cared about the game being terrible, and I think came out around the same time as like Ghost of Tsushima 2 or like close to it. So there were like two samurai games, and clearly one is better than the other. So I don't know.
I'm sure if we deep dive the Assassin's Creed series, we'd find that they all probably correlate to a popular IP at the time.
Yeah, that's what it seems.
I mean,
like.
they're literally they're like asset flipping. I mean, that's the only thing you can call that. I mean, they're using their own assets, luckily, but I mean, it's all built in the same engine. I assume it has to be.
It used to be. It used to be. Yeah, they slowed down. Like they don't release them as much anymore. People got really tired of fucking Assassin's Creed. Now they decided, okay, it's time to let's remake one, and here we are.
Is this new beginnings or beginning of the end for Ubisoft?
Dude, Ubisoft is not doing so hot for years.
No, they struggle. I think their games sell well. Like I think they just get shit on.
They have to sell well enough if they're still around, right? But that company's like dire straits. I mean, not to be the stock guy, but
yeah. Are you looking at some financials?
Well, you know, their all-time high was around 2018. Let's call it $100 a share. Yeah.
Okay.
Today we're at around 5.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, this is a pointless remake. I don't understand who would want to go back to those games. Those games don't age well. Those games were passable at the time when they came out. Some of them were better than others. The combat system was always bad. So I don't know what we're going back for.
And do they have like all their team? I mean, I'm seeing, and granted, this is unsubstantiated, but like key financial figures for early 2026, like their stock plummeted over 43%.
Yeah, it's a shit company right now. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Oh, but it looks like they have good cash position, they're calling it.
Great. They have terrible games. So the problem is,
here's the thing. You know, they ran the Assassin's Creed series into the ground. They obviously for 13 straight years,
for decades,
they just slammed out one of these games every year. Nice.
Yep.
And now they're in major financial trouble. Is this the Hail Mary?
Is this the one? Is this the one
that all goes well? Or is this the final, like, yeah, we're just going to drop something out there to try to recoup some of this and pay the big guys up top?
And I mean, a remake is cheaper to make, like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to hire writers or anything, you know what I mean? Like, the story's there.
Just remake the graphics a bit, polish it a little bit.
Yeah. Give it an HD filter or whatever.
It's not even HD filter. It is a remade game in that sense. It's not just HD assets. They remade the game, and okay.
Yeah, playability wise, you'd have to change.
But like, I really don't know who gives a fuck about Assassin's Creed these days. I really don't. you're almost less weird for being into Dynasty Warriors at this point than if you are into Assassin's Creed.
Well, one of the good things about good old Koei is that they're at least honest. You know, they
yeah, they know
they just kind of make their dynasty, and it's not. They're all kind of produced the same,
but they don't pretend to be anything else.
They don't pretend to be anything else.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I generally spend a lot of my time playing remakes. I don't hate remakes, but this one I saw and I was like, wow, this seems fucking miserable. So,
God bless you. I'm anti remake. I play like no remakes at all. I didn't even play the Final Fantasy VII remake.
I platted both of them.
I don't know. Once I have like the content, I mean, that could also be going from an era like my age range puts me from like
I will
Nintendo,
say,
like
I
graphics
did play
and all that.
OG7. Did you play OG7? Like OG FF7? Did you play it?
Yeah, absolutely.
See, like I didn't. Like I played it like for a little bit when I was like older just to check it out, but I didn't play it. So when they started the remake stuff, I'm like, okay, then that's the way I'm gonna see this story, and they changed the story completely. So it's not even like a full-on remake. It's kind of a separate thing. But anyway, we don't have time.
It's such a weird place to be. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Final Fantasy VII, a game that like people my age played when we were kids. So you couldn't even. Right. A lot of people wouldn't even have access to that. So,
yeah,
I
was playing Crash Bandicoot, not Final Fantasy, when I was 96, 97. Okay, I was like a 4-year-old kid,
right,
playing some platformers.
But how do you make it? But that game became popular with people that are now in my age bracket, who are also people I think don't play games like that anymore.
Yep.
So how do you make a game for those people that also appeals to like the younger generation? And you know, some of like the story beats would have to be changed to make it more PC, I guess, for 2026, politically correct.
Yeah, I don't know if like
I don't know if they changed that much to it, but I'm sure that they probably touch up some wording, maybe some figures like character models and stuff like that.
Sure, but overall, that second parts 2, I guess, of the trilogy of the remakes, I enjoyed it a lot.
I mean, I guess I learned something. I was like, who are remakes for anyway? I guess they're for people that are kind of in between.
Dude, Resident Evil remakes, like people love those. Yeah, like remakes are, if done well, they're fucking cool. Like I would not go back and play Resident Evil 2, 3, 4, but 4 maybe, but 2, 3, 1 for sure not. Ever.
I played all the Resident Evil remakes and it was okay.
It's a fun time.
It's okay. I would hesitate to pay full price, and I don't know why. Like something is like blocking me from doing that. Where I'm like, I've already experienced this game, kind of.
Sure, but let's put the money value aside. Like for Final Fantasy VII, you're getting like hundreds of hours of game with totally different content than the OG, different battle system, different everything. It's not even like that's not a remake. Like that's just like we're kind of pretending to make the same game with the same characters, but you're gonna play this game completely different than the OG.
Well, and another thing about the Final Fantasy series that they've expanded the lore well beyond what they had in 7, like the original 7.
Right. So that's why you have like, you know, Crisis Core stuff in it. You have maybe some Advent Children stuff in it. There's a bunch of stuff in it that's expands on the universe. So
yeah, I think I'm just probably being a hater. I don't know. Like that's a personal thing, I guess, for me. I struggle with enjoying like the content the same way I would enjoy an original IP. Producing, like if I played a game like Final Fantasy VII Remake on its own, I would probably have a great time. Like they're like new IP and here's the guy, he's got a big story. I'd be like, oh, I know characters like that. He plays just like Cloud. Like it would be like fun and like exciting if I were playing a game. I'm like, dude, this guy plays just like Cloud Strife.
Right.
But if it is Cloud Strife, I'm like, oh, got it. It's the new Cloud, I guess. They changed his hair. Cool.
Again, some remakes are cash grabs. It's useless, like such as this one. But some I enjoy a lot. I mean, obviously
I'll give Ubisoft the benefit of the doubt because nobody else will. I'll say that this is going to be
the one.
Their hope to get back.
You gonna play this one? This is the time Chris gets into Assassin's Creed series.
I'll tell you what, if it gets, what would the aggregate score have to be
85.
for you to 8.5?
Yeah, if they said it's 8.5, would you play it? Because I wouldn't. I don't think I'm ever going to play Assassin's Creed game ever again. Like, that franchise to me is dead.
A 9.5. They're like, this is insanely good.
How could that be possible? It's not possible.
Well, tell me. I mean, is that what you'd be saying when you saw it, when you read it? Is that what we'd say on the pod? It's not possible. What if they do? What's your cutoff? 8.5, I would go for it. 8.5 and a specific, like, I would have to be, at 8.5, I would start reading reviews to see what they're saying. And if people are like, this is different, then I would play it. If people are like, oh, it's a beautiful remake of it, I'd be like, that's fine. If
I was a actual content creator and I had to play it, I would play it. And that's the only way out.
You also do have significantly more time into your Assassin's Creed games.
They're the same, always. Except that Egypt one. That one was slightly different.
That's right. It's like Warrior's Abyss. It's slightly different.
It was kind of the Warrior's Abyss of the Assassin's Creed.
It's just a little different.
It was just different. Though. It's like, this is okay. But yeah, that's the news for the week.
So now we have it. Yeah, that's
that's the podcast. That's the news.
I was looking for something there, but
scrappod@gmail.com.
Yeah, make sure you submit your financial statements, your suggestions.
Hold on. Every week we say the fucking email wrong. It doesn't matter. No one will ever write to us. But the actual email, we should probably know our own email at some point in our life.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the email is?
scrubcastpod@gmail.com.
You nailed it. That's the email. Send us your tier list of Assassin's Creed or whatever bullshit you're into.
I want a tier list of the different emails that I've said out loud of our email.
I want a tier list from someone who platted Abyss Warriors so that then when I ask Chris to make one, I can compare it to someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about.
If you saw, I've seen some content creators that played that game like that. If you saw that, you'd be like, "Nah, I'll take Chris's word for it."
Okay, all right. So check out our Patreon.
Check out our Patreon, and
limited access.
We also want to thank our patrons. Paul's going to list them for you right now. All right,